Welcome to Ghost Club Paranormal. Don't go changing that channel now, as we have one hell of a show for you. From ghouls that lurk in the dead of night, to modern-day technology that is sure to blow your mind. It's the number one stuff for spooky folk like you, so turn off the lights and let's get to. Ghost Club is sponsored by...
Hello, welcome again.
Hello.
This is our fourth live stream. That's nice. Who thought?
I know. Look at us go.
I posted on the community today that we were gonna just do these for Kansas, but these have been so much fun that now we're just like, nah, like this is kind of nice, just kind of let loose with everybody and all that good stuff. So whether you're watching live right now with us, or if you're watching this later, we hope you enjoy. We are going to be covering some spooky topics today. Hi, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We're seeing the scooter emojis already rolling in the chat. And we are the background. Not my background, the background that you see us on. We're still in Kansas. We are at a haunted mansion, but if you look right under Mandy, we brought our scooters this time.
Can you see those there?
You didn't see them because you guys on our last live stream were like, put a scooter background. I was like, just none of these are working. Like, they're too big.
Scooters everywhere. Scooter gang.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, then you're going to have to watch the last live stream, I think it was, or maybe the one before that. Watch them all. Just watch them all.
Yeah. Just repeat.
I will say as well is I also realized that our QR code for PayPal wasn't working on our last live stream. And so I fixed that. So if you guys are going to donate to help us get to more locations, which I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. But this is the QR code that you're going to scan, and we appreciate every single person who donates from the bottom of our hearts. We only really started doing that for the McInteer Villa. That was when we started doing that, and you guys actually paid for that entire investigation. So that got us to an extra location when we were on our Kansas trip. So that being said, we've already filmed a few investigations since our Kansas trip, but from your guys' donations this weekend, we're really going to like sit down and kind of like see how much money we have in our little Ghost Club pot and be like, okay, where are we going? We need to figure out a new location or place to go. We'll probably do another road trip and then just kind of like see, what we can do. So thank you guys. All right.
Yeah, thank you. And if you guys have any suggestions, or if there's stuff that you're wanting to see, like road trip wise or state that has some good locations, like drop it in the comments and let us know, because we're going to take all the input from everywhere and kind of figure out our next adventure.
Yeah, and we're planning on going to like every state in America first off. We're not quite at international level right now. I mean, the UK is fun to always go back to the UK, but I mean, for the most part, I think we're going to do another US road trip. So, yeah. And thank you, Mystery Man, for starting us off. We really appreciate you. So, Mandy, proud of you. Last episode, you didn't drop an F-bomb. Only the ghost and Jade.
You sure?
What? I don't know if I believe that. No, because I'm pretty sure you dropped a lot of them when you were walking downstairs and were like, no, I shine my light on you. You had to have, right? I don't know. I'm going to have to go back.
If Mystery Man says I didn't, then I didn't.
No, I should be more aware, because if you're not dropping F-bombs on an investigation, like, I need to sit you down and be like,
wrong.
Are you okay?
You know it's bad when there's nothing coming out that's vulgar. Truthfully.
So, and again, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Oh my gosh, we have 166 people already here with us live.
What's up?
I love that everybody else is also loving these live streams as much as we are. They definitely help kind of bridge the gap with that Tuesday that we wouldn't upload an investigation. So just for you guys to know, we upload a live stream every second week on a Tuesday, and then we upload an investigation every second week on a Tuesday. So every Tuesday, there's something going on the Ghost Club channel. So there's that. So yeah. Do you want to announce what next Tuesday's investigation is going to be? Do you even know? Because you don't know what one we're post first.
I was like, well, I think so, but does it rhyme with Jacob?
It does. I know what you're going to say. It does. Also, thank you so freaking much, Kathy. You are such a sweetheart. I know, Kathy. I think she's donated every single live stream we've done so far. So thank you so much.
Kathy's like an OG.
She really is. And she doesn't live that far from me either. I think I dropped merch off at Kathy's house once. If you live close to me, like,
that's amazing.
Yeah. If you live close to me, like, so you don't have to pay for like shipping, I'll just be like, I'll just come by.
Personalized visits.
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
Yes, our next episode is going to be at the good old infamous Washoe Club in Virginia City, Nevada. You guys, I had previously investigated Washoe, and so had Jade, but we had never done it together. And so I was actually dying to get back to this location. And I'm so fucking glad we did. It was so good.
That was honestly like from our Kansas trips and haven't. Oh yeah, there you go. It didn't take long in the live stream.
Hope you're drinking. No, sure.
Yeah, oh sorry. I've got please come to Tombstone, Mandy. Just Mandy. I'll just scoot in the other direction.
Okay. Yeah. Jade doesn't get to come on. We're gonna go. I love Tombstone. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, we love old cowboy towns and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why Virginia City is such a staple for us. We love Virginia City so freaking much. And coming from these crazy Kansas episodes, we still got amazing evidence in Virginia City. Like, how could you not? But it was just such a different and fun investigation that we done at the Washoe Club. And I am like dying for everybody to see this one. So
it was so good. Okay.
I know you're dying to do it as well. There's like a certain object in the episode that I don't know if I'm going to have to blur out. Do you know what it is I'm talking about?
Yes. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I'm going to have to like Google it and find out like if you can actually show the specific objects on YouTube.
I think you can. I think you just have to like, I think like put like a warning like
right. This isn't real or something. Yeah.
Not real. It's a prop.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you, Emily Jane 7 for your donation.
Thank you.
You guys are so kind. Thank you. And again, if you guys have any suggestions on where you want to see us go next, please go ahead and drop them in the comment section. All right, I'm going to ask you, sorry, I'm reading this comment just now. Jade, my 11th grandmother was Margaret, Queen of Scotland through her second marriage. That's insane. You know, I have so many people that are like, oh, you're from Scotland. And then they have these really, really cool stories about their like family history back in Scotland, or that they actually still own a castle or something. And I'm just like, nah, I don't have any of that. It's so sad. But no, that's really cool. I love that. Maybe she's like one of your protectors. How's your weekend been, Mandy?
My weekend was a little bit rough. It was a little bit rough. I'll be transparent. I know you just like went through a whirlwind with your dad, and all the stuff there, and I'm going through my own little mini whirlwind. My papa's on hospice care at the moment. Happened also very quickly. So this weekend was it it was great because we were celebrating my mom's retirement. Yay, mom! 37 years teaching. I'm so proud of her. So we celebrated her retirement, but then at the same time, we were also like visiting my papa, and I was kind of saying my goodbyes because I don't know if that's gonna be the last time that I see him. So I was very like up and down
Yeah.
emotionally, but I'm happy. I feel very blessed that I have been able to at least say goodbye in my own ways to all my grandparents. I've been
Yeah.
so lucky to have all four, and they helped raise me just along with my parents. So, of course, three of them have passed. This is my last one. So I'm happy that I was able to say goodbye in my own way. So if that was the last time that I saw him, at least I know that I can feel good about that. But it was still good to spend time with the family and, see my dogs and get lots of love. So
Yeah.
yeah, so just a weird weekend.
Kind of like a little bit bittersweet for sure. You showed me a video of your mom as well. Like I've seen her before, but like in this video specifically, I was like, oh my gosh. It's crazy, guys, how much Mandy and her mom look alike.
That's what
It's just
everybody
like
says.
it's mind blowing. Like Mandy has amazing genes. Like you're gonna look so like young when you're like 60, and I'm just gonna be like an old hag over here.
No, you're not. Shut up. You have great skin. You're gonna be fine.
It's gonna be even better once I get it pulled all back.
And everybody we're gonna use. But no, that's what everyone says, that I look like my mom, and my mom I think is just so beautiful. So I hope I'll look like her when I get older.
Yeah, take the compliment for sure. For sure. And then what do parents think? Oh, this is a good question. What do your parents think of doing ghost hunts?
Oh my gosh. Well, we all know like your dad is super supportive, right? Like
Mhm.
of this. I'm also very lucky, like my parents are so supportive of, like, they're obsessed. They watch every episode of Ghost Club. They watch our lives. Like they love ghost hunting, and they love that we do this, and they've always supported that and all my purchasing of equipment, even though it's so expensive. They're just like, you go, honey, you live your best life.
They're very supportive, and they really, really are like watching all of the episodes, and they really support us. That's so sweet. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, my mom, like, she doesn't like any scary stuff, so she doesn't watch. But my dad, on the other hand, like, he is the complete opposite. Like, he watches every single episode, and we talk about it. And it's just really nice to be able to like talk to your parents, because they're like, I think as a parent as well, it's really nice to actually know what your child is getting up to on the
Yeah.
weekends. And we always get people commenting as well, just like, oh wow, like what potty mouths? What was your parents saying? It's like they actually don't care. So
They raised me this way, so
exactly. You wonder where we get it from.
literally. Oh.
Speaking of oh, Jade's drinking Dr. Pepper, yuck, that's disgusting. Oh, boo.
Boo.
Boo. Hide that comment. That's so funny because Mandy sent me a video today or yesterday, I can't remember, but it was the Dr. Pepper, how that's actually because like Coca-Cola is number one, Pepsi was always second, and now Dr. Pepper in 2024 has taken over Pepsi and is now the number second soda, most popular soda, other than Coke.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
Dr.
genuinely,
Pepper.
I don't know. This is like a bit of a conspiracy, but I don't know if they've slightly changed the ingredients in Dr. Pepper,
Probably have.
because I've always liked Dr. Pepper, but like not like this. For some reason, like the like 2024, I have just been like, that has been fueling me, is Dr. Pepper.
I think. Oh God, I'm burping just thinking about the Dr. Pepper. I think it's just you.
Yeah. Well, remember that time when we were doing an investigation and like I really was not feeling good right before we done it, and I was like Mandy, I don't know, like I feel terrible, like I'm so
Yeah.
tired, like I don't know how I'm gonna get through this one. And then where was that even? Was that San Diego maybe? Witch's
That
Tower or
was in
something
San
like that?
Diego. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that
And
was for your birthday.
for my birthday, you were just like not having it, and I was like, no. And then all it took was a Dr. Pepper straight from the fountain,
Yeah.
and you
Yep.
were alive.
And I like
Your
literally had
veins were
like
coursing.
a quarter of it, and I was like, let's go. Like, I'm good.
I'm like,
So
"Ah!"
it's kind of like it's bad. I've like self-medicated myself with Dr. Pepper for a while now.
No, I'm kind of going through something similar with Taco Bell. Um,
I
if
understand.
if we're sharing right now,
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah,
through
we
something
are.
very similar. I don't know what's happened this year, but for some reason, Taco Bell is just hitting different, and I am like every day, I'm just like, I need Taco Bell. I don't get it because I'm like that would be really bad. But man, I just like I'll just be sitting and I'm like, I need a Crunchwrap Supreme like right this second.
I need a Crunchwrap Supreme.
With some cheesy Fiesta potatoes and a Chalupa Supreme. It's not okay. So it's, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I totally get you.
It's
I totally
totally
get you.
shit.
Also, no, like, but no, I really respect you for that because, like, you're the type of person who wakes up early before work to work out. What? That's really, really
I
cool.
know.
I really, really, that's something that I'm definitely
I
like,
try.
I could never do that, and you do it. So kudos to you. You know what? And then that
It's
makes it
hard.
even better. If you want a Taco Bell, go get a Taco Bell. Like you already worked
Yeah.
out.
I literally work out just so I can eat Taco Bell.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm just chugging Dr. Peppers and sitting at my computer all day. Are you two ever going to do a forest location? We have talked about this because technically we were
Yeah.
supposed to spend the night at all of our Kansas locations that we just done. We were supposed to spend the night at those, and that never happened. But we got the equipment, like the what are they called? Sleeping bags. Sleeping bags is such a
The way
simple
that
word.
we bought like $150 worth of like blow up mattress, sleeping bag, pump for it, like the way that we went all out and we're like, we're gonna do this, and then we did
We
nothing.
didn't. We didn't. But at the same time, we still have all that stuff. So it's like we're gonna have to do like a camping episode at some time for sure.
Yeah,
I
for
don't know
sure.
where though. I have a few places in mind. There's like the Conjuring House at the back there. There's some camping that you can do there. If we really wanted to go back to Kansas, which I don't think we want to do anytime soon, they've got a camping spot there. And then there's a couple of camping spots in California that are pretty haunted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh.
definitely a good idea. If you guys want to see us do that, let us know.
Woo! I just got
And
the chills.
also, thank you so much, Chris, for your
Thank you,
donation.
Chris.
We appreciate you and we hope you're doing well. 24-hour challenge at what? The camping? A 24-hour camping?
Like, what if you, yeah, like you have to stay up 20, what if we have to stay up 24 hours while investigating in the forest?
That we would go insane. That sounds like absolute, that's a nightmare.
Somebody just put, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I know a guy. I have a guy for this.
Is that the guy out in Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
I really want to go to
Clem,
Arizona.
shout out to Sean Clem. Yeah, I think that would be, he would totally, he's skinwalker. Like he's not a skinwalker. Let me rephrase that.
He's a
He knows
skinwalker.
all about
We're just cutting out the
He's a
middleman. We're going
skinwalker.
straight to the source.
He knows the things. He knows the things. So
I love that so much. You guys are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. We love you.
Thank
We
you.
love you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We love you.
New Jersey Devil, hell yes. Skinwalker camping trip. I think a lot of people are wanting to see Skinwalker camping trips. But then also, oh yes, Sam said the Elfin Forest. There's a place called the Elfin Forest that's supposed to be super haunted. I lost my train of thought there because I don't know. I was so drawn to the Elfin Forest. Dang, I can't remember what I was going to say, Mandy.
Skinwalkers.
Yes. So if anybody wants to actually, I'm curious because I know that we've talked about doing this, but I don't really know if the people who watch us want to see us do this. But like, kind of, obviously, we're all about ghosts and the paranormal, but at the same time, it would be really, really cool to branch out just a little bit and kind of do something a little bit extraterrestrial related. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I really wanna, like, communicate with aliens. That's just pretty much it. I wanna meet some, like, alien people in the desert, and I want them to tell us their alien stories, and I wanna just get into it and just live in a camper van for, like, an entire week and just live that lifestyle.
I mean,
That's all.
I'm down. You know who could
You're
help us
down
with
for
that?
anything. The
Christy.
skinwalker, you know?
That too. You guys, I have seen skinwalkers in the flesh. I've seen them. It is a fucking trip seeing a skinwalker.
How did you see one? What did it look like?
So every time I've seen a skinwalker, it's been as an animal.
Okay.
And I can
Is
tell
it
by the eye.
possible you just saw an animal? Okay,
No,
because
no,
you
no,
can
no,
tell
no,
from the
no. Like
eyes.
it's an animal, but look, I like have made eye contact with this animal, and I'm like, "You're a fucking skinwalker," and it's
Oh,
wild. It's a
yeah.
completely different feeling. I can't explain it. I just know. I'm like, oh,
And where did you see said skinwalker?
I've seen them in Virginia City
Oh, yeah, that makes
two
that does add
times,
up. Yeah.
and then I actually saw one on a hiking trail by my house here. And then I've seen them in Arizona as well.
I think Arizona is supposed to be the biggest place for skinwalkers.
Oh, for sure.
I could be making that up, but I'm pretty sure every time I see a documentary about skinwalkers, it's always in Arizona. So, or California is quite well known as well. Yeah.
It's
Um,
a different world.
I do just wanna let people know, because we did touch on, like, what our parents thought of our investigations and stuff like that. So I just felt like that would have been a good time, then we totally went off track, but, giving people a
Yeah.
dad update just because I feel like, this is good news that I have. He is out of the hospital now, out of the ICU,
Yay.
and is getting at-home care, and he is definitely on a road to recovery. So thank you so much, every single person. Give me a second. It can be very noisy and obnoxious.
Yay.
Thank you so much, everybody who reached out and sent positive vibes, because that genuinely helped me so, so, so much. And the amount of people that reached out and said that they have had similar experience, if not pretty much like the same experience, it really made me feel like, oh, wow, I really am alone in this.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just appreciate everybody who reached out and all that good stuff. And now it's just like the recovery process. And I
Mhm.
actually talked to him on the phone today, and his speech, like sometimes you still can't he can't get like a sentence out, but it's like for the most part, like he's actually doing really good. I could understand quite a lot of what he was saying.
Oh,
Um,
good. That's really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, so it's fun. Yeah, we're all good, and it kinda does give me hope that I can bring him back on an investigation one of these days because, like, even, like, come last week, I was just like, This is never gonna happen," you know? So, yeah, but it's like his recovery is, like, pretty good. He's, like, doing really good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
Yay. So,
Yay. That's
yeah,
great news.
thanks. Thank you, everybody. I just had to put that out there. I know it's always a really awkward thing where it's like you have to talk about something personal that's like a little bit of a Debbie Downer, but at the same time, it's like there's also good news. There's a
Yeah,
light at
no,
the end of the
that's really good.
tunnel, and everybody
Yeah.
goes through something or other. So,
Oh, for
starting to
sure.
burning up, getting so hot now.
Burning up. How was your
Um,
weekend, Jade?
Oh, my weekend was good actually. Like, so this is the first
Yay.
weekend that I never spent in hospital or anything like that for the past month. So that was huge. I was like, need to drink some beers and just literally let loose, and that's what I done. So I invited Sam and Sean over to my house, and you guys know them from previous episodes. We had them at Mandy's birthday at the Cosmopolitan Hotel, and then the Witch's Tower, and then some other ones as well we've done with Samantha. But yeah, she actually came over. She's a medium, and she came over to give me a Reiki session, which is the first time
Ooh.
that I've ever had a Reiki session. And I definitely will be talking about that later. If anybody's had a Reiki session before, let me know in the comments, because honestly, like, I just thought I was going to fall asleep during it, and that was like not what happened at all. And it was really eye-opening, and I just felt like for the first time, it's probably because I've had the first weekend to myself as well, in a really long time, to just chill. But I feel really, really good today, like better than I ever have felt. And she gave me this session yesterday. So that being said,
That's the beauty of like getting a Reiki session done by somebody who's also like a psychic medium or an intuitive. It's a different type of session than just your standard energy work, which is super cool.
Yeah, like I didn't even, again, like I really didn't know what to expect, and it was completely different from what I thought. So really freaking cool though. I want to tell you the story before I tell you the Reiki story though. And it's my ghost story. So if you guys have heard it before, the first time I ever saw a ghost, if you've heard it before, I'm sorry, I'm going to be repeating myself, but I also really need to tell it because it like I understood who this spirit was through my Reiki session yesterday, which is mind-blowing. I mean, like, this has been like most of my life going like, who was this person? Who was this ghost that I saw? So if you guys are ready for a scary story, I'm gonna put some scary music on though. Not scary music, just like a little background music. What music? Ah! Is this good? Can you hear it?
Wait, did nobody hear that?
Stop.
Did anybody hear that? Yeah. That was not, I just nodded. I just heard a yeah. Did anyone hear that? Please tell me somebody else heard that.
Should I turn the music off?
Yo, hold up. Okay, people are saying they heard it. Oh, okay.
No, stop it.
No, there was a yes. You were like, are you ready for it? And I just shook. I didn't say anything. And then there was a female voice that goes, yeah. Done. Bye. I'm done.
Mandy, like, I'm actually about to cry. This is scary.
Oh my God. It sounded like somebody was on the phone. Yeah, somebody. Oh my God.
Okay, that is so freaking weird. But was it when I started the music? But it obviously there's no words in the music.
No, there's no words. It's just that it sounded, okay, this is gonna, it sounded like my voice saying, yeah, but like, I just, y'all saw me. I just shook my head. I was just like,
dang.
Everybody's saying that is so cool.
That's wild. Oh my gosh. I wish that there was like an instant replay.
Yeah, it wasn't me, you guys. If you watch this again, you'll just see I just shook my head. I just went.
And the time is like 8:30. So 30 minutes in. I'm definitely going to go back and check it out.
That was so exciting. Okay, somebody here also wants to. I don't know if it was on your side or my side, but they're also ready for the story.
Fuck. Oh
that
my
was
God.
Amazing.
That was a perfect start to the spooky story.
Yeah, it sounded like me. Some people are saying it sounded like me. You guys, I didn't fucking say anything.
Okay, so we have like I replayed it. It's full on, yeah. Dang.
That was cool. That was cool. I was like,
Okay,
don't
well,
tell me I was tripping.
I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna have to review that. It's like
Okay.
exactly what happens on a regular investigation. It's like we hear a noise and Mandy will be like, "It said yeah," like somebody just said yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to review that.
Just trust me when I say it because it's there. Thank you guys for listening because I'm so glad that a lot of people heard it. That's cool.
Whew. All right, the
We're all
year
ready.
the year was 1999, and my dad and my stepmom, who you guys know from other episodes, they lived in America, and I was about 7 or 8 years old. And then they came over on vacation to visit me, my brother, and my sister. We ended up staying in my nana and granddad's flat. We were on the second story. And my nana and granddad, they just went and got a hotel, right? So it was like the fourth night that they were in Scotland. And we decided that we were going to walk to the movie. It was like a Blockbuster. It was a Blockbuster. I'm pretty sure anyway. It was a video store. That's what you called them. Totally like this shows you how old I am at this point, right? Anyway, so we go to the movie store and we pick out four VCR videos, and we come back to the apartment, and then my dad says, I'm gonna go outside for a cigarette. I need to turn this music down because it's putting me off so much. And you can pin comments as well, by the way, like as I'm telling the story.
I'm scared.
So, and you've heard this story. Like, pause.
Oh, I feel like
You've heard the story. I think it's the music. The music adds something to it. And also we know that there's a spirit here that also wants to hear the story.
There's somebody here too. The spirit's just like
she's like, go on. Okay.
Yeah, tell me more.
So my dad says he's going to go outside for a cigarette, and my brother goes with him, right? So I'm looking at these four videos, and I'm going, what one should we watch first? So I asked my stepmom, and she's like, go ask your dad. I don't know what one he wants to watch. So I go outside to the top floor. So it's like the door that leads into the apartment. Why did the music just stop?
No.
Dude, why did the music just stop?
I'm done. I don't like it.
That is a 10-minute long loop. We'll see if it does it again, but that's a 10-minute long loop, and I think both my hands were in frame too. Like, all right, we'll tell the story another day. Oh, Jesus. Right.
It definitely stopped, and then it came back on.
Yeah, like, but without me pausing it, that's very, very strange. That the mouse is hovered on like the pause. So like if that just got paused, we'll see if it does it again. If it got paused, that means that literally something like clicked my mouse. That's terrifying. Okay. So we're in the second story, and here's like the door to our apartment. And then on the other side of that door, there's like a big spiral staircase. It's a stone spiral staircase. This building is probably like 150 years old or something like that. Keep in mind, this is Edinburgh. This is old Scotland. And so I open the door and I look outside, and he's not there. Or I look in the stairwell, he's not there. Back in those days, you could smoke cigarettes in the stairwell. So I look up and I look down because I felt like somebody was watching me, and I thought that him and my brother were hiding from me. So I look up the stairwell, there's like a big skylight up top, and I'm like, Dad, and he's not saying anything. And I look down, I'm like, Dad, and he's not saying anything. So then I go down the spiral staircase and I go to the main door at the very, like, that goes out onto the street. Again, this is a massive, massive door. And I remember when I was younger, like even like trying to close that door quietly, it would echo through the entire stairwell. So, no, it's still playing. I thought the music stopped. No, it's still playing. It didn't stop. Sorry. I'm like trying to now like listen out for that. So I open the door. No, fuck. Right. I've screwed the story up. I can't do this, Mandy. There is too much going on. There's legit too much going on. I'm so scared right now. You know what? The story is published in a book. You can just go get the book. Okay. Where was I?
That was great.
You know, I should
Keep
be
going,
telling
keep going.
this story around a campfire on our investigation episode where we camp outside.
Yeah.
That way I can just
It-
edit it and make it like a perfect story from start to finish.
No, you're doing great. You're finish it. Finish it.
Okay.
Finish it. Finish it.
Okay. So I go to the front door. I go to the front door. Oh my gosh. Okay, right. So there's the apartment and then there's the street. I go to the front door that leads out to the street, and something stops me in my tracks. And which is weird because I used to be able to go outside and play on the street all the time when I was younger. And I'm looking at the door and something is just telling me like, don't open the door. And so I go upstairs and I ask my stepmom Anna, is it okay if I open the front door? And she's like, of course it is. Why would you even like ask that? So I go back down and I open the main door to the main street, and I'm looking left and I'm looking right, and I can't see my dad. And I'm like, Dad, and still can't see him, and he's not answering me. So I close the door, I walk up the spiral staircase to the apartment door, and I'm like, I'm just going to give it one more shot because I feel like he's messing with me right now. So I look up.
Sorry, you just got so blurry.
Can my camera freaking focus for a second?
Ah!
I can't do this, dude. This is horrible. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, I'm back.
Dang.
This is actually going to blow your mind though. Like this story and then what I'm going to tell you next, like what happened yesterday, like this is all crazy, right? So I'm standing at the outside my apartment door, and again I look up and I'm like, Dad, and no answer. And then when I look down, there's just a woman standing there at the bottom of the staircase. She just appeared literally out of thin air, and she was wearing all black rags, and she had this black cloaked hood over her head, and she was looking down, so I couldn't see her face. Is it my hands moving like that that's making me so blurry? We never have this issue on any of the lives, so I don't know what's happening.
No, we haven't had that issue.
So yeah, she's standing there and she's facing towards the stairs, and she's floating about 3 feet above the ground and completely still. And right, the music stopped. I think we can debunk that. I think for some whatever reason it just loops and it doesn't play the entire 10 minutes. I'm just going to debunk it to make myself feel better as well. So moving on. I'm looking at her and I can't move. Like I'm physically, like I'm so much shock. I can't move. I don't know what this thing is. And then all of a sudden she starts coming up the staircase slowly towards me. And she speaks to me and she says, Dad, walk up the street, in a very old, an old lady hag kind of voice. It was the scariest voice I've ever heard in my life. And as she's like halfway up the stairs, that's when I just like snap out of it. And I run inside and I lock the door and I'm freaking out, and I run through to my stepmom and I'm like trying to explain to her what I just saw. And my stepmom was very understanding about it. She's very spiritual, and she was just like, calm down. We'll just wait for your dad to get back. You can stay here with me. And then so about like 15 minutes go by, and then the buzzer that like lets you into the house, like you have to buzz in from the outside on the street, goes. So I go over and I answer it and I'm like, hello. And it's my dad. And he's like, hey, Jade, let me in. And I'm like, where were you? And he's like, Jade, just let me in. I'm like, no, where were you? And he's like, Jade, just open the door, let me in. And I was like, where were you? And he went, I just walked up the street. And it was the exact same words that lady had said to me, Dad, walk up the street. And he said, I just walked up the street. So that has, by the way, also side note, we never watched any movies that night. That's when he like told me all of his like ghost stories, like his spiritual stories, and told me about like guardian angels and all this stuff. And so it was kind of a fun night. I don't know if that's what you really want to do with your kid when they've just seen a ghost. But it was really, really scary. And to this day, I've always been like, who was she? You know, like why did she even try and talk to me? Like, it was just bizarre, right? So assuming that she's probably connected to the land, right? She's probably somebody like from the plague, maybe, I'm guessing, because that was kind of like her like medieval like clothing almost.
Yeah.
That's who I always thought it was. But then as I started to investigate, like, and actually like started this channel, I have had a little bit of a different thought on it, and it's, what if she was actually protecting me? Because other than like her exterior and how she looked, she didn't do anything wrong, you know. She actually helped me out.
Yeah.
So it makes me think, like, what would have happened if I had opened that door the first time before I got that weird feeling like I shouldn't open the door to go out to the street? Like, could I have gotten ran over by a car? Could I have maybe have gotten kidnapped because my dad wasn't on the other side of that door? So yeah, who knows? Like, that was
Yeah.
my ghost story. I'm gonna stop the music now. But
I'm so scared.
that's what got me into the paranormal. Like, that's why I do this.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot. So this Reiki session that I had yesterday that Samantha gave me was actually to get rid of, this is like, I used this terminology yesterday, is I don't feel like, even though what happened in Kansas was so dark and so intense, I don't actually think that it was like a full-blown attachment, like a big demonic attachment or anything like that.
No.
Like, the only way that I can describe it is like little attachments, like little foxtails. You know, like when you like walk your dog like in the woods and then he gets the
Little
little foxtails,
tentacles.
like, yeah, like stuck on them. That's kind of what I felt Kansas was like. Not that anything super crazy happened like when we got back from Kansas, but at the same time, like, there was definitely something still there. I know that there was. So yeah, so Sam gave me this Reiki session, and I'm gonna put the music back on because I kind of like that. Sam gave me this
Yeah.
Reiki session yesterday morning, sorry. And I was, again, just totally thought like she's just gonna do like her thing and then I'm gonna fall asleep or something like that. And when she was doing this Reiki session, it was like halfway through, it like she had me imagine that there were like roots coming out of my feet and like going into the ground and into the earth and things like that. And I was trying to search, like the first thing I saw, it was all dark, and I was like trying to search for this attachment that I've had. And what was kind of weird is I was going through all these different like faces and like almost like creatures and spiritual beings, and then but I was like going past some scary looking ones as well, you know, and just being like like lots of like skulls and skeletons and be like, not you, like not you. And as I'm like journeying through, I just see this one big skull, and he's got like one glowing eye, and it's just looking at me, and it looks terrified. And I was like, you. And then I just like shot that guy right out of me, like through my feet, out the window. And so that was kind of crazy. And then it kind of went all like just back to normal, and I was just kind of in this like chill state. And then I started to, this like one image started to show up, and it was like a woman like in a cloaked hood. And then all of a sudden, like the face lifted up, and it was this woman's face, total normal looking face, by the way, just like a regular like human female face. And she like looked up at me, and I was like, whoa, like instantly I was like, you're the woman from when I was younger who I saw. And I'm like, why is she here? And then she shows me like her in the middle, and then there's like these two white glowing kind of beings behind her, who are all female, who are my spirit guides. It was almost like I met my spirit guides yesterday. And but she was telling me, like, she never spoke, but she was like mentally telling me like, the time's not right to meet them, like the other spirit guides. This is just kind of like about us right now. And I was like, whoa. And then I was seeing like these like images. It was so trippy, Mandy, so trippy. I don't think I even had a Dr. Pepper that day. Like, I was just drinking water in the morning,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not on anything, I'm not smoking anything. And I just see like these like white lights like opening up like in the distance, and then this black shadow like walking like through the white light, which is her. And she basically just took me on this journey and then showed me like this garden. And she told me that this is like my safe area. And there was like a small temple off the side with like a big beam of like golden light going down it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
she was so specific, and I don't know what this means, but she was like, this isn't real. This is your safe space that I'm taking you to. Welcome. But like, this isn't real. This
Mm-hmm.
doesn't exist on Earth. Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
solely created for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much my Reiki session. And as that was happening, by the way, there were like knocks around the room, and Samantha was like asking like if we're going on the right path, like make like let me know. And then there would be like a knock in the room. So yeah, there was definitely something there with me, but the fact that I'm going to stop this music again, sorry. The fact that she actually showed herself to me again after all these years of me wondering who she was or what moment in history was she part of in that. And I'm going, wow, like I think that she's actually kind of been with me this entire time, and even before I saw her.
Wow.
Wild. I'm sorry, I
That's
don't
really,
usually
really
get like
cool.
that. Like, I mean,
No,
I'm
that's
into the
really fucking
paranormal, but
cool.
yeah. Whew.
And
I
that's
wasn't
really good too for like your first session to even be able to like journey and connect with people, your team, so to speak, um, on your first session. Like I mean, that just shows how open you were to letting the energy
Yeah.
move through you in the process.
Yeah, 'cause I know that there's, like, actual guided sessions where you can meet your spirit guides and things like that, and just
Mm-hmm.
like that's not what we were doing. It was just, an energy healing kind of
For sure.
session,
But
and
once energy gets moving, I mean, you truly never know what's going to happen once energy starts moving. Like everybody has a different experience. So it's really cool that in that moment, that's what you needed.
yeah. So pretty
I'm
crazy.
so
Now
excited.
yeah, because I always wanted to say, and I think I've even talked about this on our live stream. I think it was the last one or the one before, but like wanting to go back to Scotland to that apartment where I saw my
Hmm.
first ghost and then try and investigate it. But like actually now, and like I'm thinking about it and I'm going, she probably wouldn't even pop up, right? I don't know. Who knows? But no, I think that she's just like always there.
It's very
And
possible.
one thing that I learned from this yesterday was like my spirit guides and guardians like aren't all light beings. Like some
Hmm.
are darker. And when I was
Hmm.
going through everybody, like being like, you're chill, like you are terrifying, but like you have a purpose, you know? And then that was wild to me that I've got like darker beings kind of on my side protecting me as well as lighter ones. So there's got to be a
Hmm.
reason for that. Whew,
Hmm.
girl, it is a journey.
No, and that's the coolest thing is like whenever, at least what I like to tell people is when we're facilitating people meeting their team, my biggest thing is to have an open mind because it's not going to be what you're expecting. And you
Mm,
may see things that you're going to be like, what the fuck is that? Like that's not real. There's no way, but it is, you know?
yeah,
So you just have to be open to whoever's on your team because it literally
yeah.
could be anything.
I mean, I've always been like, it's my nana and granddad who protect me, and they're obviously there in spirit, but like as far as like who was protecting me before them whilst they were still alive, like looking after me kind of thing like that. I never thought about that until yesterday.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's your team changes all the time. Like, you'll have people who are set in stone on your team that are supposed to be with you from start to finish, but then you'll
Mhm.
have people that are only meant to be with you for a few years. They'll leave, you'll have newcomers come in. So your spirit team is constantly evolving and changing, which is
It's so
really
crazy.
cool.
That's wild to me, like, I think that's such a cool topic, you know, and we've talked about on our last live stream, like, are you a medium? Here's some ways to figure out, you know, can you expand your gift and things, but, like, as far as, like, spirit guides go, everybody has multiple
Mhm.
spirit guides, so it's just, like, it's so cool, r you know, this information is also for you guys who are tuning in and watching just now, like, you are guided by something, yeah, it's pretty cool, you guys should figure out who your spirit guides are, because again, I never in a million years thought it would have been that woman that I saw, and if maybe you have seen a ghost in your days or you've lived in a haunted house where something just keeps on happening, it's always directed towards you, like, could be a spirit guide.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Could
totally.
just be a straight up poltergeist as well.
That too. That
Yep.
too.
Maybe the grinner, I don't know. Maybe that. Yeah,
No, yeah,
Samantha,
yeah.
they'll show themselves to you when it's appropriate, and Samantha, Mindful Media
Mhm.
Samantha was the one who gave me the Reiki session, so thank you again. It's very nice. I needed that.
Yeah. And if somebody was saying like they want to be able to, anybody can do this, if you can get yourself in the right state of mind to do it. Now, something that we could talk about too in the future is how to set yourself up to do it. You don't need somebody to guide you through it. You can do it yourself.
Mhm.
You just have to, it takes a little bit of discipline to get yourself into that state of mind to be able to meet them. And I know some people struggle with meditation. I do too. So there's ways to work around that so you can meet your spirit team. Your spirit will always cater to you and what works best for you. So if meditation is not your thing, that's totally fine. They will work with you and find another way to show themselves and present themselves to you. So you're not SOL just because you can't meditate or you can't sit in a space that long. So,
Yeah. That's a very exciting, like, I think there's a lot of people in the chat actually who I feel like already kind of know who their guides are or their guardian angels are and things like that, which is actually very interesting. I guess when you know, you know.
nice.
Yeah. And then for
Nice.
others, it's just like it'll present itself maybe one day if you look into it hard enough, I guess. But yeah.
Oh,
Speaking
totally.
of ghosts, my house has been the activity ramped up. Did I tell you about this Monday
Mm. Mm-mm.
when my sister was here with the owner
Oh, when your
in the
sister
house?
was there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked
So go ahead.
I talked on the at least that
Oh,
one
that's
incident
right.
happened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
That was all that happened. Yeah, that's totally right. I forgot I
Okay.
told you about it. Yeah. So basically my house, the main spirit that's in my house is the previous owner who used to live here. I'm pretty certain that's who it is. And it's very, very apparent that he doesn't really enjoy having guests over specifically because the house is quiet as anything when it's just me and my fiance and our pets and stuff. But it's every single time a guest comes to stay, like something happens, especially if it's for a long amount of
Yeah.
time. So when I had my sister over from Scotland last week helping me with my dad, um, I had literally just it was actually my stepsister came and met us at my house, and we were in the bathroom where all the activity has happened before. And just for people who don't know, in a nutshell, when I moved in, there was two shelves in the guest bathroom, and there was a vase on one of the shelves that was actually stuck down with earthquake glue. And the first day we moved into that house, the shelf flew not the shelf, the vase flew off the shelf and landed into the toilet, which is a far stretch. And like to get
Mhm.
so precisely inside the toilet was really weird. But we didn't think much of it. So I took it out and I gave it a wash and I put it back. and then about a few days later, I was starting to paint my office that I'm in just now, and my fiance wasn't in the house. It was just me. And I felt this weird presence standing behind me, like somebody was watching me from behind, and I had my back to the door. So I turn around and I'm like, "Ugh, okay, it's late at night, mind you." And I'm like, I'm just going to go get some water. I leave my phone and everything in the office. I go through to the kitchen to get a glass of water. All of a sudden, I hear like this crash come in from the bathroom. So I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I don't even have my phone. Usually, if there's any sort of activity, like that's the first thing I do is just like film it. But I was like, had to go and check it out by myself without anything. And it was the glass vase had fallen off the shelf and it was by the corner by the toilet again. And I was like, okay, okay. Like, so I talked out loud and was just like, I don't mean any harm. I'm sorry if like you don't like that I'm painting the office like black, pretty much. It's dark green, but same thing. And then I started finding out more and more, right? So turns out that
Yeah.
I had like a couple mediums come in and things like that. I got some equipment out and there was really not much activity. All the activity was surrounded with this bathroom. And I do know that there was the previous owner, he passed away. He was the only owner pretty much of this house. Like he bought it when it was built. And he passed away, but we don't know if it was in the bathroom or not. So that was where we're at. Anyway, then my brother last year came to visit. And then he was in the bedroom, in the guest bedroom. I was in the kitchen. We were the only two people in the house. He came through and was like, yeah, what did you need? I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, you just knocked on my door. I was like, I did not knock on your door. And he's not into the paranormal. He's not into spooky stuff or anything like that. He was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's probably like the owner. It's probably the ghost that I have in my house. He's like, okay, Jade, right, Jade, it's me saying this, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, whatever. So he goes for a shower. When he comes out the shower, he dries himself off. He goes back to the room. About 5 minutes later, he goes back to the bathroom. And when he goes to the bathroom, I had actually removed that glass vase off that shelf and put a little bundle of sage there. And when he came back, the sage was in the middle of the bathroom floor. And he started freaking out because he's like, that was not me. I was like, are you sure your towel maybe never hit it? Like, and he was like, no, because it wasn't there when I left. It only showed up in that 5 minutes when I came back.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's weird. So I call Mandy and I ask Mandy to tap into the house's energy without giving her anything, like anything about it being about my brother, anything about it being about what room, nothing, right? And then Mandy was like straight up, just like it's the owner that was in the house previously who died in the house. He's basically saying that like your brother's outstayed, he's welcome, and that's pretty much it. And that they're messy. That was another thing that you said, that they're too messy. My brother and his partner, and he doesn't like the mess of the guest bathroom and the guest bedroom. So I relayed this message to them. And they ended up tidying up the bathroom that night. And the second they got into bed, this little touch lamp that I have like right behind me here, it's USB powered. So it's not hooked up to like a wall or anything like that, like the actual electrical. They get into bed and all of a sudden that touch lamp just goes on by itself. And my brother freaks out. I'm like hearing screaming, like coming from down the hallway. And I go through and I'm like, oh, that's just him. He's saying thank you for cleaning up the bathroom. So funny for like people like me and Mandy, not really funny for guests who like don't want anything to do with this whatsoever. So then fast forward, the next like long stay guest was my sister just last week. And I actually ended up taking the shelves down to like stop the activity because I did put up like a sign like beware of the ghost. But the last thing I wanted was like my guests to be like sitting on the toilet and getting like a vase thrown at them or like a bundle of sage at their face, you know? So I was telling her, she was like, is the ghost still here? I was like, yeah, he's still here. I'm pretty sure. Like, but at the same time, I've taken the shelves down. So like nothing can come flying at you or that. And she was like, oh, good. I was like, yeah, I've not had any activity in this bathroom since. And then literally the next morning, she goes to the bathroom, She leaves the bathroom, goes back 5 minutes later, and the cupboard door is wide open in the bathroom. And she's like, Jade, you just opened that. And I'm like, no, I didn't. And she's like, you had to have. And I was like, no, that's because I was saying last night that I took the shelves down and that there's no paranormal activity because the shelves got taken down. And that is this spirit saying, like, just because you took the shelves down, like, doesn't mean I can't do other things. So that's my
That's
ghost
so
story
funny.
about the ghost in my house anyway. And then actually the day that she left, she ended up buying like a bunch of groceries, and we had to make like a shelf in the kitchen to put them away in because her son's coming over like next month and staying with me. So she was like, I'll buy him groceries, put them in here for him. So right as she left, I close the door, I walk into the kitchen, and that cupboard is open, completely wide, just like the one in the bathroom. So that was the only other thing that happened while she was here for that week. But it was like, out of all of the cupboards, it's the one that she put all the snacks in for the next guest coming. So hopefully he doesn't mess with him because he's like a teenager.
Of course
So
he's going to. Come
he's gonna
on
be
now. You
so
know him better than
scared.
that.
Yeah. Thank you again, Mystery Man. We appreciate your donation. Wouldn't mind if the
Thank
ghost
you.
threw toilet paper if I was out. That is a good point.
I know. Help.
Yeah. So is anybody else in the chat? I want to know, like, are your guys' houses haunted? Like, does anybody have like activity like that? Because one thing that I want to point out is on the Garnet episodes, there's a few different theories from people. A few people saying that, oh, like, surely that doll can't fall off of that chair all the time on people's investigations. It has to be set up or something like that. But at the same time, what makes me, I mean, we were there as well, so that's a whole thing. Like, that's not what happens because we were there to experience it. But even if I was a viewer, I would be like, well, that activity happens in my house. It was the same shelf. It was the same. Even if you change out the object, I'm sure if they changed out the object from a doll to something else, it could kind of have the same kind of residual force behind it. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it can happen like that. Yeah.
No, it totally can.
Oh, have you ever thought about investigating Simi Valley Cultural Arts Center? I think it used to be a morgue. Yeah. So that's where I live, not in the Cultural Arts Center, but I have tried to reach out to them many, 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 many times. And last time I heard, the owner said that I had to get it accepted by like the city because it's like a government building and that can take forever. I have to apply and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, that's fine. Just let's start the process now then. And then he got back to me later on and was like, they denied it. And I really don't think that they did deny it. Like, I think that he just was just like, I can't be bothered going through the process of this. I could be wrong, but I want to investigate that place so badly. Yeah. But that's a good question. Do you live in Simi Valley, Ashley McMuffin? We have one here, not in my current house, so maybe my house is haunted, but it's always just been with me wherever I live, so I'm just used to the activity at this point 100%. That brings me back to talking about, maybe it's a guide or something like that, a spirit guide or a family member, something along those lines, just wanting your attention, right? What are your thoughts on that, Mandy, if it's constant anywhere you go?
I think it really depends on the person, but I think it could be a lot of things. It could be like somebody who's like a spirit guide or a spirit that's just kind of like attached itself to you, or not like a negative attachment or anything. But some people have a spirit that just kind of follows them throughout life. Not necessarily a guide, just a spirit that shows up for them. So it could be that. It really depends. If you want me to remote view, I'll do it for you.
If you want me to remote view it. Sorry,
I love remote viewing.
I just
I
choked
love it.
so badly, and I was trying to be so.
I was trying really
discreet.
hard to stay focused on what I was trying to say because I knew you were dying, and
I was like trying to play it off, like I was like, please don't fucking start throwing up, like that one time that I did when we were on an investigation. I didn't leave it in the episode, but when we were investigating, what just happened?
I don't know. What was that? It sounded like something just fell. Hold on.
Yeah, go and investigate that. I'll tell you guys the story, basically. Sorry, 1 second.
Nope, there's nothing. Now my ghosts are getting active.
Man, is it like a full moon tonight or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, basically Mandy's birthday, we were eating cupcakes. You guys saw that on the episode, and then like we were eating one, and then I ended up like literally said something funny. We both just burst out laughing, and then I inhaled this cupcake, like actually inhaled this cupcake, and I ran through to the bathroom. Mind you, there's like how many of us on that place in that place? There was like 5. There were 6
like
of
6
us,
of
I
us.
think.
Yeah.
And then I ran through to the bathroom, and everybody, there's literally 5 of them. Everybody's just chilling, not asking any questions.
You
And
ran away! Like
this is all on camera as well. We just had one camera just sitting up stationary, just filming us eating. And I run through the bathroom, and I'm like, I really could not breathe. And I was choking and like crying. And then I had to
instead of like letting somebody know that something's wrong, she runs away.
Because I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk. I couldn't be like, oh, guys, I'm choking, by the way.
Yeah, you could have like signaled. You just ran away. So we're like, maybe she had to go spit something out. Like, she's dying and we don't even know.
Oh, I feel like it was pretty obvious with the way I was coughing. I have this all on camera, and everyone's just like getting their phones out, like, do. So funny. And then I think I shouted out, like, I'm choking, like, finally, like, in the bathroom. And then Sam just went, do you need some help? And I was like, well, I'm fine now. I'm talking.
I just like, well, what are we supposed to do?
I was about to become another ghost at the Cosmopolitan Hotel, let me just tell you. Imagine if I died on your birthday, Mandy. Whoa, that's dark.
That would be so sad. But also then every year I would spend my birthday trying to connect with you.
I would haunt you like literally every single year on your birthday. Every time you would be like asleep, and then it would like become like midnight, 12 o'clock. I would like go into your ear. You know how some of those ghosts go into your ear when you're trying to sleep?
Fuck just off.
I'd just be like, happy birthday. And I just scream, happy birthday.
Purposely putting in like headphones at night.
You're like, yeah.
Listen, you guys, we want to do house calls. We want to do more homes. But we need somebody to reach out to us and say, hey, I have a really haunted home and I would like for you to come film an episode here. So
not only that though, they have to have some sort of like reason or proof that it's haunted, because like I actually do get quite a lot of emails from people saying that their house is haunted, but they don't have anything to really back it up at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm scared of getting murdered.
Yeah.
So, but we do want to do more house calls.
I love how her mind, again, that's just like her mind immediately is like, we're gonna die.
We're gonna die.
And my mind is just like maybe they just want to hang out.
Hey, no, I'm totally fine. Like, hey, even if your house isn't haunted and you're just saying it's haunted for us to come hang out with you, that's fine. Like, just say, my house isn't haunted. I just want to hang out. And like, as I said, like, I'm down to hang out. Oh man. This is
Yeah,
rude.
so oh, thank you, Luke. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Luke.
it.
I'm gonna buy more cupcakes with that. Let's see what
My childhood home is very haunted, but I have a funny feeling that it would be like your house where like we would go to investigate and nothing would happen.
yeah.
Although that's not true. I've investigated my house a couple times and I've had stuff happen every single time.
You have? Investigate your own house?
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. I got
Your
EVPs.
parents.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe I
me and my
should
dad have done
investigate
a
them.
lot at the house. We've got a lot of spirit box responses, EVPs. I have a picture of a spirit in the backyard. So
Oh, see the evidence.
I
You
have
can email it.
evidence.
You can email that to ghostclubparanormal@gmail.com.
Dear Jade, please come to my house.
I
Love,
would.
Mandy.
We should totally do that. What is this comment? True or false? Victor always takes a number 2 on investigations. Like Victor from Barrier Beyond. I I don't know if that's a thing, maybe over on on their channel or something like that, but, like, from my experience, I don't know if he always takes a number 2 on investigations, but, what? Your face lit up.
Oh, sorry, this comment.
Mandy should investigate her apartment as a member video. Yeah, you could do that.
I mean, if people want to watch it, heck yeah.
Yeah, you should. You might get the spirit of, Lincoln with all of the Lincoln memorabilia, and maybe a president will come
I
through,
have
who
tried
knows?
so hard to I think it's I I just don't think it's ever going to happen. But I want to connect with one of the presidents just once. Just
Yeah,
one time.
that would be fun. I would totally let you just do that, though. I'll film. I'd be like, I don't even know what I would want to say to the presidents. Like, what would you even say if you were able
I
to talk to, like, Abraham Lincoln? What would you say to him, honestly?
I would say, "Hey Abe, I think you're pretty fucking cool. I appreciate what you did for us and our country. Um, and I would want to know what it was like back then. And then I don't know. And then I would just I don't know. I'd just be like, do you like that you're like a national celebrity now?
National celebrity.
And
Oh,
then
man.
I would ask
He would have his own
him,
reality TV show if it was like these days.
yeah. You know, like what TV shows he would like now, what he's interested in, what kind of car would he drive now? Just a lot. I just like want to know all the things.
What would you introduce him to? Because he's obviously like, let's say that you've just went to his grave, he's been resurrected, and you're like, Abe, dude, you need to check this out.
You know, I would probably introduce he was a pretty sad guy, so I would probably introduce him to something fun and exciting like riding
LSD.
scooters,
Like, you and Abe on LSD. Like,
drugs, a rave.
what did you say before Hooters? You would introduce him to Hooters? Like the restaurant?
No, I said riding scooters.
I said that and then I was like, Hooters, scooters.
I would definitely introduce him to like Taco Bell or like Lazy Dog Food, the restaurant.
You resurrect Abe and take him a
I would take him to a Bad Omens show. I would take him to a music festival because those make you really happy. I would basically just want him to do all the things that I love to do.
Yeah. You could ride your scooters to Hooters.
We could go to Hooters. Although I think, I'd rather take him somewhere else. He might, that's a little, listen, Abe, it's not all fun and games, okay? Can't just be looking at boobs all day. So
He honestly probably didn't see that much, like when he was back president days. I don't know.
oh
I
no, he didn't.
literally
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Oh
Maybe he
man.
did. Shit, I don't fucking know. But yeah, I would just, show him a good time in a very appropriate manner.
I think Abe would be a pot smoker. I think he would too. Not gonna lie.
Oh, that's a good idea. I would take him to play mini golf. I think he'd like mini golf.
I think he would totally like mini golf. I think you're totally right with that.
Right? That's what I'm saying. And then I could take him, I would show him all the cool like monuments that are like erected for him.
And then I think you should go show him Keyboard Cat on YouTube. Just for fun. I think he would like that.
I would show him TikTok because TikTok is also like the world's greatest cure to depression. Yeah. Don't even get me started on General Grant, President Grant, because the two of them together, woof!
We're gonna need to get more scooters. Favorite haunted spot you two have done together so far? We're taking a question now.
Gemini, I'm so sorry. Gemini's been asking this question a lot, and I feel bad that we've had to bypass it. So, favorite spot that we've done together.
That's a hard one. I'm probably going to say the Garnet Hotel. I think that was definitely the Garnet House Hotel, whatever the name is. There's too many words in it. It's like 1885 Garnet House Hotel.
Hotel 18 something.
Yeah, they need to work on maybe like shortening it. When I done my intro, I was like, I messed up so many times. I was like, can I just please call it the Garnet House? They were like, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely say the Garnet House was a really, really fun one. That just because it was like non-stop. Those ones are definitely cool. And then also when we went to the Bethany's Home Sweet Haunted Home, the Airbnb there with the pervy ghosts, that was a fun one too.
That was a really fun one. That was a cool one.
Yeah.
I really like that one. I feel like I've just really enjoyed like pretty much all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much enjoy all of them too. I feel like that's when I said that, it sounded like I was totally lying.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I totally, yeah, I like them all too. Yeah, right. No, I do. Okay, let's just talk a little bit now, because I do want to get to some questions for sure. If you guys want to drop some questions. But then we also at some point need to talk about this haunted doll drama and haunted objects.
We got a lot to unpack still. Jesus.
Yeah. Let's just start with the haunted doll stuff. I just want to get that out the way because I'm not a fan of haunted dolls. I don't even necessarily want to talk about haunted dolls, but we kind of have to because that's what happened on our last investigation at the McInteer Villa. And yeah, that was some serious doll drama. I don't know if you guys watched that episode. If you haven't, go ahead and check it out. We had a really, really rough few investigations the few nights before. We were really trying to direct this investigation to something a little less scary, if that makes sense. I mean, I had my walls up like crazy on that investigation. I just didn't want anything negative to happen. And I felt pretty safe in the kids' room. But then at the same time, when that doll came through, I was just like, oh God. I don't know why we always attract like the mean spirits and the dark, weird spirits, dude.
So hold on, let me back it up because I'm remembering somebody commented that they think that doll wanted out of the casing to help us. with
to help
that,
us?
with that crab thing.
No, I don't think
Because
so.
that doll would have kicked its butt.
You know why I don't think so? Was those EVPs that I captured, like, right outside. Like, I'm sorry, but those were, like, those were so freaking, like, when I told the doll that we didn't have a key and we weren't gonna be able to get it out, I can't even remember what those EVPs were, but it was like, "I don't like you," or something like that, and then it was like, "You're dumb," was, like, the next one, but those were so, so clear, and it was, like, playing kinda nice, it was very, like, manipulative, and it was definitely playing nice to begin with, and then it got weird.
The doll's over here just like, "Let me out. I love you." Fucking hate you, you stupid bitch. Let me
Fucking hate
out.
you.
You're my favorite. Shut the fuck up.
Come on, it's Ghost Club. Come on, let's
Ghost
play Ghost
Club.
Club. Freaking hate
You
Ghost Club. I didn't
dumb.
even subscribe to
I
them.
hate it.
That's exactly
I
what
don't
was
even
going
subscribe
on.
to them. Oh my god. That's exactly what that doll was doing. Manipulative. Oh, I threw that. I threw it. She's here.
No, like okay, so the doll thing, I want to ask you, have you ever experienced another, because there's a lot of haunted dolls it seems in this world. I'm even one of those people that fell to the let's buy a haunted doll on eBay and see if it's actually haunted. I'd done that, and I still do believe to this day that that doll was haunted, but because she disappeared. It's a whole other freaking story. When we moved into my partner's parents' house, like his parents weren't living there, but we moved in for like a year, and then we got our house here. And when I had moved in there, I had put like a box in the garage, and it was just an open box, and the doll was inside that box. And I was like, I'm done with this doll. Like, I don't like haunted dolls. That's when I had an office with all my haunted objects. I didn't even put her with my haunted objects. I put her in the garage. And then when we were moving out, I realized, I was like, "Where's the box with that haunted doll?" And
Uh-oh.
I still to this day have not found that doll. So
Oh
that
my
was like
god.
2, 3 years ago now. So that doll straight up got up and walked.
Walked away.
Walked away. That doll was not a girl's girl. No, she was not. There
Not
was no
girls.
girl code about her.
That's what I'm like afraid is gonna happen. Like Stephanie's gonna show up to McInteer one day and that case it's just gonna be open and the doll's gonna be gone.
Well, she said that that case opened, like, before. She's like, "Sometimes we come back and the case is opened," which is really weird, and I didn't know that, like, so and then when we asked her,
Oh,
when we called Stephanie, the owner, and was like, "Hey, there's some stuff going on with that doll," she's like, "Oh, is she tapping on the glass?" And it's like, "What?" That's a thing? Bizarre.
oh, it's so creepy. But
So
so
crazy.
freaking wild. And it's weird because I don't actually think that the doll in the hallway that's sitting in the rocking chair, that doll actually like I don't feel a spirit attached to that doll at all. But
No,
for
me
some
neither.
reason that doll is just a doll, but this doll with a spirit, it hates this doll as if she is a spirit, but
Yeah.
she's not.
Yeah. I know. It's
It's like
crazy.
a
She did.
dog hating its stuffed animal. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just what?
I really do think that the doll behind the glass is kept behind the glass for a specific reason. And, and I feel like the other doll is just, I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know doll spirit drama. But it is possible for a spirit attachment to be attached to an object itself. Um, and I actually was watching a podcast with Sharon Osbourne on it. It might have been the Osbournes podcast, maybe something else. Anyway, but she was explaining that she never buys antique jewelry because she's scared that there's going to be an attachment on the jewelry. She's like, no, 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 I would never. And there's a lot of cultures as well, like Indian culture, like who they don't really even buy like used houses, like houses that people have lived in before. They want it to be new just because the energy, it like resets the energy and things. So speaking of, what's the most haunted object I don't know. That's a very specific question that you have encountered, Mandy. Or a story about a haunted
Like
object.
personal?
No, any haunted object.
And like just in general. Oh my gosh. Well, there's so many. So, okay, so a lot of objects can be haunted. Dolls are the most common. One, because it's technically an empty vessel, right? Two, because it has a body, and three, because it has a face. So spirits love to attach themselves into it because it gives them a form, whereas like this hair clip is not going to be useful, you know? So it gives them a form. So I feel like that's why we see so many haunted dolls around the world, like Robert the doll, and I don't even want to say her. I'm not going to say her name. Uh, Peggy the doll. Hi, Peggy. Bye, Peggy. So things like that, because of the fact that the spirit can attach itself and literally make itself like a little mini human.
Yeah.
The most haunted, obviously, besides like, the Peggy the doll for me. Hi, Peggy. Bye, Peggy. She is by far like the craziest one that I've seen personally, that I've encountered.
Where is she?
She's located in Zach Bagans Museum.
Oh, is she the one in the room with the other dolls and they have the spirit box going 24/7 in that room? Oh, yeah.
I'll never forget the first time that I met her. I'm getting anxiety talking about it. She's one of, and that's the thing is there's been so many stories, real stories about people who've talked about her or have like looked at her and then had like really crazy things happen to them, bad things.
Wow.
Have you heard that story?
No, not Peggy's story specifically. I have been to Zach
Ooh.
Bagans Haunted Museum, and I think at some point, obviously, I've heard it, but I can't remember. It's been a while.
There's been multiple people who have like looked at a photo of her or looked into her eyes and then like have had really crazy things happen to them. This woman had a heart attack after she looked into Peggy's eyes. This other person got into like a really gnarly car accident. Lots of things happen with
Yeah.
this doll specifically, which is why you're always supposed to say hi and bye, which is why I say hi and bye every time I talk about it. Just so that way you're cutting that connection. But yeah, she's wild. I remember I walked into that room, and as soon as I walked in, it was like, "Hi, Mandy," and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, it said that on the spirit box?
As soon as I
Oh,
walked in, and I was like,
no.
"Hi, bye. Hi, I love you, bye." But in my home currently, we have a lot going on in here.
I mean, you keep Chester at your house, like, just so people know that Mandy bought Chester. He stays there.
Chester
Oh.
is the most manipulative little.
No, not Chester, sweet Chester. That being said, I need to interrupt real fast because I finally made 3 new membership only emojis. So if you guys have a membership, go ahead and post those emojis right now so Mandy can see what those are. Can anybody get them?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you know what? On that StreamYard, it's not even showing.
No.
I need to go into our live stream through YouTube
No.
to like see the emojis. Yes,
I felt sick. I shouldn't have been talking about it.
Huh? What?
Oh, I can feel her.
Oh, Peggy? Really?
Yeah.
Peggy? She's all the way in Vegas. Just thinking of her like brings on her energy. That's horrible.
I know.
Oh no.
So, listen. There is doll drama in my home. My house is like a little McInteer Villa. I have a couple objects, dolls specifically. Right now we are all okay. Chester really does not like my little guy. I should show him.
Who's your little
Chester
guy?
doesn't like him. My little guy. He's my little
Oh, the
symbol
other monkey? Symbol monkey.
The other monkey.
Oh.
Chester don't like him. Chester don't like him at all, you guys. But he likes Chester. He's like the little, you know how like a dog, you get a puppy and the big dog doesn't like the little dog?
Yeah.
Or the puppy, that's those two right now. And then I have 3 other dolls that have to sit on opposite sides of the room. They cannot sit together.
All 3 of them have to be split up?
2 can sit together on one side. The 3rd one has to sit on the opposite side. They cannot sit together, or like it's chaos. They hate each other. They can look at each other, but they can't be next to each other.
Wow.
And then when I want to look for a new doll, I have to get approval from everybody here. And so far, right now, Chester is like, no.
That's too stressful.
No. So, you guys, I just have, it's a lot.
Your dolls are like pets, literally. That's
a lot.
Wild.
I feel like I should take everyone on a little tour.
Can you do that?
Yeah, do you guys want to see them?
Tour.
We're going on a house tour.
Tour.
All right, here we go. Welcome to my apartment. Okay.
Let's see these dolls.
Doll number one.
Oh, what's her name?
So she was a
Is that Lincoln? Hold on.
There's Lincoln.
Hold on. Is that Lincoln?
That's Lincoln.
Oh my gosh. Give him some Taco Bell.
So,
okay.
What's up, Lincoln? No, Lincoln number 2. Okay. So she was gifted to me by Elsie. She came from the Jackson Airbnb home.
Oh, that's right. I remember her. You're right.
Yeah. She was gifted to me. She's friendly, but she doesn't get along with these dolls over here.
Ah. Oh, yes. I remember you got those dolls. I remember where you got those dolls too. Why?
Yes.
Okay, this is actually really creepy because like I've been with you when you've gotten all of these dolls, and I have no recollection of you getting those dolls prior to this moment right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were there, remember?
Yeah.
So these were from an estate sale. They like each other, but they can't be with her. So there's that. Oh yeah, these are some of my antiques here. Yay. Okay.
So
moving on.
The music. You're like, this is Abe Lincoln. Just show them your kitchen real fast if you can. Okay. Just the top of the shelves. You don't have to show your whole kitchen. Just the top of your shelves.
There's Grant. Yeah. There's my spoons. I'm like an old lady.
This is an exclusive Mandy tour. Now, honestly, guys, like when I first visited Mandy's apartment, I had no idea about her like Civil War obsession and president's like obsession and all that stuff. And I was like, dude, this is too much. Like, do you know that you have all of this here?
No, you guys, I have so much stuff that I've collected. So this binder right here is full of a ton of Civil War, like real Civil War items. So like money, coins, documents from the Civil War, like legit shit. Photos. I've spent a lot of money. These are all books. Most of them are all Civil War era books. So 1860s. Welcome. And then I have actual antiques, haunted antiques from different locations that we've investigated, which is really cool.
Dude, get the Queen Mary one. Am I allowed to do that? Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah. We'll do that. Hold on. Here's this is a piece of the Queen Mary. Don't tell the Queen Mary that I took it.
Okay, I need to explain right now what this is. It was super, super windy when we went to go and investigate the Queen Mary, like super windy. They had closed the deck outside and stuff, and they had put like don't go out there like yellow tape up, and we were just like, we're going out. So we were able to get out to go onto the deck, and we were like doing that thing where like you stand and let the wind, like we stand at an angle and like let the wind like hold you up and stuff. And then we found that piece of the ship just laying there because it must have blown off with the wind. And then Mandy was like, I'm taking this. And I was like, Mandy, you're not going to be able to get out of here. It's big. It doesn't show how big it is. Like, you can't tell how big it is really on your camera. It's so huge.
It's so big. I mean, like, here's me.
I was like, how are you going to get that out of here, like off the deck without everybody like seeing? And then what did you do? Did you go to the bathroom and then you like shoved it in your pants?
So it wouldn't fit. So I literally had my coffee in one hand and I just kind of like put this like up on the side of me. And then I just made sure that if somebody was walking by, I just like turned away. And look, I have a piece of the ship. They were
literally
probably throw it away and I will keep it safe here.
Can't take her anywhere. What if that was a very important part of the ship? Oh my gosh.
Well, it's mine now. I have a cannonball, a real cannonball. I have a piece of brick from Abraham Lincoln's home. I got a lot of shit, you guys. I got a lot of stuff.
Wasn't he home in a log cabin?
What's that? This was his this was the only home that he owned, which was in Springfield, Illinois, and it was a brick home. But he grew up in a log cabin. He was
born in a log cabin. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes. I also have this really cool, sorry guys, we're just taking a quick tour. I also have this really cool bottle of mercury, which has it in it. So pretty cool. Yeah, you guys, it's the collection is wild. Okay.
You have like your own museum.
I do. Let's see. $1 right there. Okay, we're going to my bedroom. Ooh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't have a sound effect for that, but
I don't have a good lighting, but this is important. Okay. There's Chester. And there's the little guy that he hates. He hates him. I know, buddy. It's okay. But he is a really friendly spirit. He's so nice. He's so cute. But yeah, so unfortunately, this one is not liked. That's why I put them together. So Chester hates it.
But he's on it anyway. Wait, piss off.
But I did it anyway. Because it's my home.
That's where the magic happens. So, that's true.
That is where the magic happens. Just kidding. It's just me. I live alone and I have like no friends. And
that's
I also have this really cool piece of sheet music from the Civil War. It's very cool. Anyways, there's a lot more here. I have a voodoo doll right up above there. I got a lot of stuff in here. It's pretty great.
It's like a whole like MTV Cribs episode. But also, who else here thought that Mandy's background was one that you like a picture that you upload from a computer and put behind you? Because I think you probably confused a lot of people. You just get up and your background still behind you.
So a quick funny. Behind the scenes. So yeah, that's a very quick tour. Very quick tour. Sorry for the deviation.
So you would say that you have most of your haunted objects are the dolls. Is there a doll that doesn't have a spirit in it in your house? Is probably a better question.
Yeah. This one doesn't.
Oh, but he's so cute and old.
That one doesn't. Oh, he's moving. Just kidding. He does.
Yeah.
Surprise.
What's her name? Rosie? Or who's the Peggy? Peggy
Okay.
comes in and she's like, "Oh, finally a vessel that hasn't got a spirit in it yet." Starts moving and it's that little guy. Oh, so sad.
I know. No, stop. I'll take everyone on a tour in 2 weeks when I get my brand new couch, you guys.
Yeah. Mandy's
I
going
got
for
a
the you tell it.
terracotta rust colored couch, you guys, and it is velvet and it is just it's gonna be so cool.
It's like Austin Powers.
Yes.
But we love it. But like, look. Same. My curtains, no, you can't see, are the same. They're like rust velvet. We love it.
Velvet.
It's kind of like your shirt, like the color of your shirt. Is that the color of your couch as well? Like that kind of orange-ish, rusty? No, yours is like
baby,
more
like terracotta Sedona.
yeah.
Rust.
Yours is like orange. It is groovy. It is groovy for sure.
It's super
Shagtastic.
groovy, you guys. I'm so excited.
Now that's where the magic's really going to happen. And people come into your house, they'll be like, go to the living room and be like, "This is obviously where the magic happens, isn't it?"
This is where I sit and watch all my historic shows.
I finally got somebody to come fix my couch, by the way. Sorry, nobody else in the chat like cares about this. I'm just letting you know, Mandy. I finally got somebody to come out and fix my couch because it's been broken for like
That's
3 months now.
amazing. That's amazing.
So I can finally put my feet up. Because it's one of them recliner ones, the electronic ones, where like the back, like when your legs go up, your back goes back as well. But when that motor runs out and you can't put it up, it feels like it's like you're sitting like so straight up. It's you need that little bit of
you're just like
back, you got
to be able to lean back.
Yeah, so it's been very, very uncomfortable for a very, very long time. So I'm very, very excited. Very, very,
very. Look at us in our cool working couches.
I know. That's why you know that like you've grown out your 20s, you're like, like a nice couch. I mean, you've really not lived until you've customized your own couch.
That was an experience, except that I had to call my mom and have her walk me through it because I was so overwhelmed by the fact that I could customize my couch.
Yeah, it's a big process.
Am I really adulting?
Sure, if you have to call your mom
to help you. Help me.
That's so funny. Yeah, like so I got a custom couch 3 years ago. Me and my partner, we got a big, huge custom couch and it was amazing. And it lasted like a couple of months. My cats destroyed it. It was whatever like material that it was. It just gravitated them towards it. So then I had to get like the sticky tape, like the double-sided sticky tape specifically so cats don't claw it. And I had that like all over the corners of the couch because there were so many corners of it because it went like different directions and stuff. And it was just the biggest waste of money I mean, you don't have any pets, so that's good. But like for us, it was just like the fact that those cats destroyed that couch so fast. We still have it. It's in our front living room, like when you walk in the front door. But it's basically Wilson's bed. Like that's what it's used for now because we don't use it, but it's big enough for Wilson. If you guys don't know, he's my 135-pound Great Pyrenees dog. So he doesn't like regular dog beds, just the ones that are on the ground. But it's okay because it really is like I love my dog and it's a comfortable couch.
It's his now. It's his couch now.
The most expensive dog bed. Yep.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. All right, guys, we are going to take some questions. Let's do it. Let's put some music on again. Again, we need like better music. I just uploaded like a couple songs, so it's still going to be spooky. I'll put this one on. So comments.
Hold on, let me. Oh, sorry. I was gonna just quick. There were a couple Yes, I want to visit Ford's Theater. I'd love to investigate Ford's Theater if we could ever get permission to do so.
Where
That
is
would be
it?
really cool. Washington,
Oh,
DC.
okay.
Washington, DC. Um, I did my own mini presidential tour. I went to Kentucky. I went to Abraham Lincoln's birthplace. It was very, very exciting. I got to go to his tomb as well. And last one, and then I'll move on to the new ones. Civil War. Civil War. Civil War. Okay.
All of yours. You're just choosing the war ones.
Well, those have been waiting.
Let's see. Yeah, I know. That's okay. I know you're so into it, and that's great. We definitely need to do like Gettysburg. That's one place that we're definitely going to be trying to get out to, hopefully this year, you know. Don't they have camping? Doesn't Gettysburg have camping nearby?
They
That would be
do, and
crazy.
it's super cheap to investigate Gettysburg.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. All right, guys, more questions. Let me have a little scroll here. Have you ever been to Ed and Lorraine Warren's museum? Would you go? I personally haven't, but I probably would.
Mhm.
You've never been? But we both have been to Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum in Vegas a bunch of times. And Mandy, you've actually investigated Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum. And I
Yeah.
genuinely think that I mean, like, say what you want about Zach Bagans. Like, I'm not like a massive Zach Bagans fan or anything like that, but his museum is like, come on, like you have to go see it. It is so, so cool.
His museum is the most haunted place I've ever been to in my entire life.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I mean, the stuff that he has in there is insane. Although, I don't know, there's some of the stuff he has in there is insane, but I also feel like there's some things in his museum that isn't legitimate, if that makes sense. And I would like to think that he bought them thinking they were legitimate, but they're actually and got screwed over rather than him knowing that they're not legitimate and then putting them out there. That's my own personal opinion, though. There's no facts surrounding this, but just from a couple of objects that I saw, I was kind of like, it doesn't seem right. Like that's all I'll say on that. But I know you love that museum. I do too. I do too. Thank you, Pen. I don't know, did you post this one already, Mandy? Hello, you really do an excellent job. Love your videos. Thanks for your hard work. Well, thank you for watching. That's all we ever want is for people to watch.
Yes. To watch and potentially like it.
Would you two ever consider / joining Cameo? Oh,
if you guys want cameos from me, I will do it. Stop! Don't tease me.
I don't think anybody would. I mean, like, I've never I would consider doing it, I guess, but like, I have made videos for people, honestly. Like, if you just send me an email, like, we've done that before in the past, or I have anyway, where it's just like, hey, like, my girlfriend, it's her birthday or something like that, and then can you say happy birthday to her? Like, I've never turned any of those down. No.
Oh my god, I'll do whatever you want me to sing happy birthday. I'll fucking sing. You want me to dance?
Done one. Have you ever bought a Cameo before for somebody or yourself?
Yeah.
You have? Who did you do it for? Or what? Who?
I did it for my dad. And I had Nick Groff do a cameo.
Really? Nick Groff?
Yeah.
I thought you knew Nick Groff to a certain capacity, or is it like not like that?
It's not like that bad.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It's not like that. Like every time I see Nick Groff, he never remembers who I am until I'm like, he never remembers, and I'm like, it's me, and then he's like, oh, duh.
Oh, it's like
but every
that.
time initial, like, yeah.
But you investigated with him and stuff like that, yeah. Awkward.
Yeah, so sad.
Very, very awkward. Yeah, I got
God,
one for my brother and his partner. I got, what's his name? Like James, is it Mastoff or something like that? Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I got them it for
oh,
Christmas.
that's cool.
And like he was like, "Hi Lee, hi Jamie, and I just want to say Merry Christmas. And I haven't sang since I've been a vampire for a very, very long time, but have yourself a merry little Christmas." And he just starts singing that entire song from beginning to end, and that's all it was. It was very, very strange. It was very strange. Just
That's
like, I
so
haven't sang
bad.
so many years because vampires don't usually sing, but like starts going. They're so much fun. Like I feel like with cameos, like you genuinely have to be like creative. You can't just be like, oh hey, like how's it
Yeah.
going? You know, if we did have to do a cameo, we'd have to get real creative with them because we want to give people like actually like decent content on their cameos.
Oh shit. I'll do just about anything. Maybe put Chester in there.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Sorry, I'm reading. Oh yeah, you could put Chester in there. Yes. All right, what's this one? What's your favorite ghost movie? Mine's is a ghost story. I've actually never a ghost movie other than like obviously Ghostbusters. I'm trying to think. Ghost movie. It's gonna be such a long, awkward pause because I have no idea. What's your guys' favorite ghost movies? If you put them in the comments, then like that might spark my memory and be like, yeah, that was a good one. But I mean, other just like Ghostbusters, obviously. I mean, Dan Aykroyd, love him, obsessed with him. So
Yeah, I don't know if I have any.
yeah, I want like mine's is so basic. You don't have any ghost movies? I don't really know how many there is. How many movies are about
I
ghosts?
mean, like, okay, well, it's not really ghost, but it's like an angel. The Bishop's Wife, which is like an old Christmas movie from like the 50s,
Yeah.
which was about an angel that came to like help, and that's probably my favorite like ghost movie.
I've not seen that one.
But like scary ghost movie, y'all, I can't do scary movies. I can't. All I do, I scream the whole fucking time.
I love scary movies. Have you investigated Goatman's Bridge? If you're talking, I think there's two Goatman's Bridges. One of them is in Texas, and yes, I have investigated that. That is an episode on Ghost Club. But I've not investigated the other one. What about you, Mandy? Have you investigated any Goatman's Bridges?
No. Sad.
Fair enough. Okay, on to the next one.
No, sad.
Honestly, like I wouldn't even suggest us going back to Goatman's Bridge because it was like packed with people, and
Yeah.
it was just really weird. It wasn't there was too much going on because it's outside, and I'm not a huge fan of even doing investigations outside, unless it's like we have the outdoors to ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of like contamination and stuff.
too much.
Autographed scooters? Some of your guys' suggestions are really good.
Oh, this is a good one. The Sixth Sense.
Oh, The Sixth Sense.
Of
I forgot about that
course.
one.
That's a good ghost movie.
And
And I also feel like I just spoiled it as well. Sorry if you haven't watched Sixth Sense yet.
Just ruined it.
Check it out. It's a very good human story with a twist. Also, guys, if you're just joining, like, please drop some questions because that's what we're doing as we're about to head out here. We will answer anything and everything. I scrolled past it, but I did have a question asking what we think about Sam and Colby, and I don't really have too much of an opinion on them. I've seen a couple of their episodes, Obviously, The Conjuring, like that was the first time that I really watched them, and I've watched a couple since then, and they're all right. Yeah, they just seem like
I just
they have
want to
fun with
hang
it.
out.
Like, yeah, I don't think that they actually fake anything. I don't think that they set anything up or that. I think that they're just two friends having fun with it. Kudos to them.
I just want to like be included in the Gen Z world.
You
and
love Gen
have
Z.
fun. I love them. I want to hang out with Sam and Colby,
Are Sam and
and
Colby still
like,
Gen Z though?
I mean, they're like elder Gen Z.
Elder Gen Z? I thought they were millennials.
Elder. I mean, I wouldn't consider them millennials, but maybe.
Maybe we have what's your zodiac sign? We've done this before. We've done this on a couple episodes ago. I'm an Aries. What are you?
Pisces.
Are you okay over there, Mandy?
Pisces. No,
I feel
you
like
know what I
you're
was
ready
gonna
for
ask
bed.
you?
Huh?
No, I'm sorry. There's a lot happening over here. Things are coming through. I was gonna ask, what's your what's your Harry Potter house?
Mine? Slytherin.
Oh, I didn't
What's
realize you were
yours?
Slytherin.
Yeah. What are you? Hufflepuff?
No, I'm a fucking Slytherin, bro. Watch out.
You're a Slytherin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I've taken that
shit!
test like 7 times. I'm a Slytherin every time.
Dude, yeah, I took the test too because when you go to Universal Studios, there's like an app that's all connected to like Universal Studios, and you have to like do your house, and then like that's when I go like choose out my wands and stuff like that. Anyway, it's a whole experience, but I did not know that you were Slytherin, but I guess you do have a snake tattoo on your neck. There's your yeah.
I speak parcel tongue.
Parcel tongue. That's a good question. Not a lot of people, and I don't think anybody's ever asked that in the
Drop
chat.
your houses. Let's go. Drop your houses.
Drop
Come
your
on, gang.
houses, guys. I want to see. Are there any other
Let's
Slytherins
see
out
it.
there? Not many people ask that out loud.
Come on. Drop them houses. Let's see. We got Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff.
We also have from Roxy. What about collaborations? Who's your dream collaboration? Mandy, do you have a dream collaboration? It doesn't have to be even with another YouTuber, just like anybody. Well, not anybody, because you're gonna be like, oh, Bad Omens, Noah, Sebastian. But you know, just in
Although
the
I think it
paranormal
would
world.
be. I'm gonna just every episode. If anybody has a connection, please let them know that Ghost Club would love to hang out with Bad Omens and do it. I think they would be so fun to do an investigation with, like legit. So if you guys work your magic, work your little connections.
And then
But
also note for people who don't know who Bad Omens are, they're a
oh, so
band.
sorry. Just assume that everybody knows.
They kind of seem like a paranormal team, though, right? Bad Omens. I mean, that's
cool. That'd be cool. Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool, like paranormal investigation teams. So,
yeah, Bad Omens. I would love to do a collab with Project Fear. I've talked about that before. And Twin Paranormal would be fun too.
Twin Paranormal would be fun.
Yeah,
it would be interesting to investigate with them and see what their style is like. Well, I mean, we can watch their episodes as well and know what their style is like. But I love collaborating with other YouTubers who do okay, what I'm trying to say is I enjoy, like, say for example when we collaborate with Kelsey Davies. Like, I love investigating with her because I can ask her questions. Like, if I have any YouTube questions or anything like that, like, she's there and I could just like message her or text her and like ask her. But it's always better just like when you're in person and having that kind of conversation. Like, and she's really helped me out. Like, say for example, like TikTok. I remember I was like, if you go onto Ghost Club's TikTok, there's no videos on there or anything like that. But I did say to her like one day, like, how do you do TikTok? Like, I don't know how to do TikTok. And she was like, oh, post like this filter with this sound and just literally anything. And I was like, okay. And I took like a video of like the kitchen and then posted it. And the next day it had like over 1 million views. And I was like, how? Like, so there's literally just people who know like what to do. It's so like, I just don't understand how it works. Still to this day, I don't know how it works. I wish I had Kelsey there, like just always there to just be like, I'm gonna post this at this time with this sound and that, and I'd be like, yeah, like, and then it would be fine.
So you're looking more for like something that you can learn from, or okay.
For sure.
Cool.
With collaborations, like, and I definitely look for other YouTubers that have been doing this for a little bit longer than I have to answer my questions. Yes.
That's so funny. Like, no, like that's probably what this should be, right? And I'm over here like, I just want to collaborate with somebody who's gonna like scream with me, or like,
no, you know, like just no. Don't feel bad about that. No, that's how, like, because that's how you are on investigations, though. Like, and we've talked about that openly before as well, is like Mandy goes into an investigation and she's, I mean, not that I'm not 100% into it or that, but like, I'm constantly thinking about like editing and things like that, or like we have to have this amount of cameras and this amount, and it's like, it gets a bit like, ugh. Because for me, it's also just kind of like working, and you're definitely helping me out with that as well. But with you, it's like you're the medium. You're the one that's supposed to be feeling. Like, you're the one that's...
Yeah, I'm just over here like, oh!
Yeah. So no, it totally makes sense. And plus, you don't even really watch that much YouTube. Like, you don't really...
I don't.
You know? So you're just really, like...
I'm just here.
Medium, paranormal investigating. You're there for the experience. You're just, like, there for the road trip. And I love that.
I feel like if we collaborate, I can't even say if we collaborated with Twin Paranormal, it would just be all 5 of us just constantly repeating what the spirit talker says.
It would have to go literally around 5 people. You're so right.
The whole video is just us repeating it. The spirit talker being like, oh. So, it's so funny.
It's something that the spirit talker says like quite often. I'm trying to think, like, I've been here many years. Yeah, we've been getting that one a lot. There are 2 girls here, and then like, there are 2 girls here. 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 There's 2 girls here.
There's 2 girls here. You know what's interesting? I used Spirit Talker this weekend. My parents, when we were visiting my papa, my mom was like, can you put on the Spirit Talker app? I want to see if Nana comes through. And I was like, okay, cool. And instead, the first thing that comes through said Bob. And then it said, you've helped me.
Oh.
And I was like, Bob? Like Bob from like Mackie Mansion? Bob?
Yeah.
That was the first thing I said. That was the first thing I thought of. And I was like, all right, turning back off.
Yeah, Mandy, for you guys who didn't watch that episode, if you haven't, like, I don't know where you've been. You have to check out the Mackie Mansion episode. That was our very first investigation together, and it was insane. Like, one of the craziest, actually, that's probably still my favorite one that we've done. I said Garnet House earlier. They're definitely both, like, right here for me, but, like, definitely the Mackie Mansion. But yeah, we came in contact with this spirit named Bob, and that was when the hack shack turned on by itself. Wasn't even our hack shack. We didn't even like know that there was one there. It just turned on. We followed the noise, and then we found it. And then we also found the owner of that hack shack like the day after. But the spirit came through because we were like, obviously somebody's trying to talk to us, and it was Bob. And Bob loved Mandy. Like, Bob was all about Mandy, and we ended up having you pass him on. And not pass him on. What's that word that I'm looking for? Not that word. What's the word?
Like crossover?
Crossover. Because we didn't well, pass him on. I guess that could kind of work a little bit, but
move along.
I mean. Move along. Just move along. We help Bob move along.
Come on,
yeah, because it's not like we talked about, like, obviously this episode right now we're talking about banishing attachments, and that's more geared towards the Reiki session that I had, where it's like something has been attached to you and you're just like, you gotta go. But with Bob,
Yeah.
it was more just like, there's other places for you. Here isn't, like, you don't need to be here kind of thing.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah. Move along.
I don't know. This question, what do you watch to unwind from an investigation? I don't watch anything. What do you watch, Mandy?
Well, so here's the problem, guys. Okay, here's the problem. When we finish an investigation, I'm fucking wired. Like, I'm so just like, let's go. And Jade's, she's winding down like a normal human. And what I typically do is I would watch TV, but I can't watch TV because it will keep Jade awake.
Only when I don't have a blindfold and earplugs. That's the only time.
So she goes to bed, and then I lay there just like scared.
Oh no, that makes me sound so bad. I've never. No,
No, Jade, you're normal. See, that's the thing, is you're normal. I am not. So it's not your fault. It's mine.
It's not that. It's because you have your genuine reasons why, though. It's because, like, you're connecting spiritually with these spirits, like, on a whole other level than I am. So when you get back from an investigation, it's really, really hard to just. You can't just switch it off. I feel like with me, like, I find it much easier to just switch it off. And like, okay, go to bed, bye. Like, I'm so glad that investigation's behind us. And yeah.
No, and see, some people suggested, yes, I could put on headphones and I can like watch my phone or something. I can't do that though, because the problem is that they're still moving around me, and then it makes me even more sketched out because I can't hear them. So it's a thing, you guys.
Yeah, that totally goes into this question. Is it hard for you to sleep after an investigation? For me, it's like I've put so much energy into the investigation the entire time that, like, I'm ready to pass out when I go home, or we go back to our hotel or whatever. But with Mandy, it's kind of it's
For
different.
me, it's like, if you guys remember watching Teletubbies, the vacuum that's like, going around sucking everything up. I'm the vacuum from Teletubbies at an investigation, just like sucking up the energy.
I can't remember what his name is, but I know
So, yeah, and then I get home, or we get to our hotel, and then I just like can't. I have to wait till the sun comes up, and then I can go to sleep. Because for some reason, the sun coming up shifts the energy for me, and then I can go to sleep.
Yeah, also Mandy, like, needs less sleep than I do as well. I feel like, I don't know if you need less sleep, but you typically get a much, like, only a few hours of sleep kind of thing. But then you're also one of those people as well that even at your own house, like, you'll just wake up at 2:00 in the morning. I never do this, but I know other people like this, where they'll just wake up and be like, oh man, can't get back to sleep. And then they'll sit on their phones, or they'll watch TV, or they'll do something for like an hour or two, and then they'll go back to sleep for a couple of hours, and they'll wake up and go to work. I'm like, what? Like, I'm so glad that I don't live that way, but it's like, that's got to be so hard on the body. I feel like if I was to do that, it would screw me up all day.
Well, it's normal though to like wake up as part of your like sleep cycle, because you, like, your REM, once you pass through REM, you come up to a point where if you wake up naturally in the middle of the night, it's like totally okay.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're able to fall back asleep within like 2 hours or something, then it's back down.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So usually, like, I'll need like my at least 7 hours sleep when we're on an investigation. but Mandy can like sleep 5 hours and get up and still drive like an entire day kind of thing. Whilst I'm over here with 7 hours sleep, like I'm dying. I didn't get 8.
No, I don't know if you guys noticed, but McInteer, like that angle when you were shooting up when we were filming the balloon, like, yo, you guys, I was wrecked. Like you could just see my bags were just like, because we hadn't. I mean, we had been going to bed at like 6 a.m. every morning and sleeping till maybe like 11, and then getting up and doing it all over again.
It was so hard, Mandy.
So
4 investigations back to back like that.
Right.
I mean, thankful for it, very, very grateful, but that's hard on your body. Like if anybody out there is considering doing this, like that's the kind of thing that you have to definitely take into consideration. Can you physically do it? Because it is so demanding on the body. And it's probably why I got bronchitis as well, like right after, just from being so tired.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Everyone's body is, different. I've just always been like that. And
sorry, I'm just reading some of the messages.
No, you're
just
good.
A few more questions before we head out, guys. Mandy has work in the morning. I'm finally off, by the way. Summer vacation. So, but I do have to start editing. Huh?
You do have to start editing.
What were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, see, it doesn't matter though, because I could sleep only a few hours and go to work tomorrow and be.
That's true. You know who else does that, which is insanity, is Rory from Project Entity. So he's who I investigate with when I go over to the UK. Usually you guys probably know him, the English guy who I investigate with. But what you didn't know on those UK investigations, because I can't drive in the UK, so he would come and pick me up, and then we would do these investigations, and then he would have work the next morning, and then he would literally we would get back at maybe 4:00 in the morning, and then he would sleep 3 hours and then get up for work and then do it again the next day. I'm like, how are you doing this? I felt so bad. Yeah, it was rough.
No, and that's, but
ghost hunting though, it's very addictive.
It's very addictive. Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's one of those things where you just put your energy into, I don't know. You just deal with it.
Hey, if you're passionate about it,
yeah. And my body is just like, we're ready. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. You don't really question it. Very true.
I wanted to answer this question because this actually came up today at my job. So this is really cool. So I work at a cancer facility. So we treat cats and dogs that have cancer. And we do a lot of helping pets cross over and helping them pass at our job. And it's the coolest thing for me because I do connect with animals. So when a pet is being put to sleep within our facility, I will actually see the pet when they make it to the other side. And the coolest thing that I've learned as a medium is that when it comes to pet and children, for pets that pass, there will always be a loved one within the family who will come meet the pet and take them over to the other side. It's my favorite thing. So it's really, really cool. So it's always so funny though. It's not funny to anyone else, but it's funny to me. But when the pet immediately crosses over to the other side, they kind of stand there, and some of them are kind of confused. Like they're looking around, they're like, what? Or they immediately start exploring. And then of course, here comes somebody to assist them and take them over the Rainbow Bridge. Yeah. So
I can pretty much back that up as well. Because when we had an at-home euthanization for our cat last year, I believe it was last year. And if you guys watch the Mackie Mansion episode when my Nana comes through, I talk about her coming through as a dove. And it even came through on the spirit box. I asked, okay, Nana, if this really is you, what do you come to me as? And it said a dove. And that was wow, we were freaking out in that. But when Bruce just got taken away, they gave him the injection at the home, and then he got taken away. And, you know, me and my partner, like, we're just like, kind of just like, what do we do now? You know? So we went outside to the backyard. I don't know, it was just to get some fresh air, but we went to like the back corner of our backyard, and we're just like, kind of like, just sitting there. He's like armoring me. And then I like look up in the distance, and then I just see like this, like a couple of birds like in the distance, like so far away in the distance. And then they start coming towards like me closer and closer and closer. And then all of a sudden I'm like, they are not coming towards us. And it was two white doves, and they came right on the tree, like in our neighbor's backyard, but it was the tree that was like over the fence where we were standing under. The two doves came right onto the tree, and there was like this little dove and there was a bigger dove, and the bigger dove like nudged the little one like forward and then flew away until it was just this little dove. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, like that 1,000% is my Nana bringing Bruce to be like, he's here with me in spirit. And I was just like the most wild, it was kind of really like you had to be there kind of moment. But even Mike was like, that is weird.
No, and that confirms my second thing, which is so far, every time I've seen a pet who's departed, it's always an elderly. It's one of the elders who will come grab the pet. So grandma, grandpa, great grandma, great grandpa, whether you knew them or not, it's the coolest thing. So it's always one of them who will come and take the pet.
Yeah.
So your Nana assisting Bruce makes sense.
Yeah.
And I just think that's it's just the coolest. It's been one of the greatest blessings in my job to be able to witness that.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah. That was a really good question. I really like that question.
Yeah, that was a great question. Oh, hi, Helena. We love you.
Welcome in. I know that we have
I put a question there for you, Jade.
Oh, thanks. Calling me out. I use the worst editing software ever. Like, people actually make fun of me, but I use Wondershare Filmora, which is like the most basic, like, beginner editing. I've just gotten really good at it, I would say. But it crashes all the time. It's such a nightmare. Like, I really don't suggest it to anybody. But it's just like not having the time to actually learn a better software. But again, this summer I will have more time, so I'll probably switch over and start learning like another editing software, because this one's getting a bit like can't really be bothered with it anymore. Yeah. Whew. Let's see. Sorry, we're like a little bit. We're usually like crying at this time, and let's like.
It's a different. Yeah, the conversation a little different tonight.
It is. I feel like it's been a very good flow though. Like, obviously last weekend, like my brain was everywhere, like so far gone. I was just like, I don't know what's happening anymore.
It wild, Jade, and good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, John Brown. I also had a Miss Kitty.
That was your cat's name, Miss Kitty?
Yeah, Miss Kitty.
From like Batman?
No.
Or no? Oh.
I just named her that when I was little. I just said Miss Kitty.
Oh.
And that was it.
That's cute.
Yeah, a good healing conversation. Today was a weird day, so this was good. This was very like needed.
Yeah, before Mandy came on, like she was saying that there's somebody. I don't know if you. I mean, I literally just said it, so sorry if you didn't want to talk about it. But
no, you're okay.
In a nutshell, like Mandy did say to me before she came on, like there's somebody that's been with me for how long? You said you don't know who this person is.
I don't know, probably since like 3 or 4 today, and just total energy shift. I just have not been feeling good and like in the wrong mindset, and I don't know whose energy this is. So it honestly, it could be anybody. It could have just been something I picked up. Might have
Yeah.
been a spirit. I'm not too sure. It's wild.
So does that happen to you very often though? Like, is it kind of just like I'm not feeling myself, like this isn't me kind of thing? Like, who is this? And then does that usually present itself to you later, or does it just kind of disappear?
Sometimes both. Like I've had it where it's been very clear like whose energy this is, like it's been made known to me. And then there's other times like today where I genuinely have no idea. And I'm just like, I feel so many emotions, but I cannot place it anywhere. And I
Mm,
know it's not mine. And then I'm like, well, we're doing the live. Could it be one of one of them that I'm picking up on where I'm just not having a good day and I'm feeling really off? Is it one of their loved ones in spirit? Like I I don't know.
yeah. There's
And I
interest
also really
in,
haven't sat with it though either,
right,
because I
because
kind
you've
of,
been working and then
so
jumping on here, so it's been like
yeah.
yeah, no, I get that.
So I
You're
don't know.
definitely gonna have to, yeah, definitely keep me updated on that. Let's
Yeah.
see, we'll do another couple more I keep saying that. We'll do another couple more questions, and then it's
Another
like
couple
bad
more. I
questions.
know if you
I just
guys have
love
to leave,
answering
please
questions.
leave. It's okay.
I know. This is all like, I mean, we pretty much covered all the topics that we need to by this point. Like, we're just answering questions just for fun, just for fun. I want to make sure that a lot of I've had a lot of comments in the past saying like I was posting comments and you didn't say it, and like that's not we don't do it on purpose or anything like that. It's just whatever I'm
Yeah.
seeing at the time.
Yeah.
Jade, would
It's
your fiance ever be in a future paranormal video? You know, at first I was open to it and he said that he would be open to it, and but just as the channel's growing, and I'm sorry, like this is a horrible reason, but it's just like the more the channel grows, like sometimes like the more judgment you get and things like that. And like I'm not gonna lie, guys, like he's like the love of my life. Like we're getting married in November, sorry. He's the love of my life and I don't even know our wedding date. We're getting married in November, and like I just want to protect him at all costs. And I don't want people to talk bad about him because I'm very like
yeah.
defensive, and I'm the same with like with my friends. Like when like somebody talks bad about Mandy, I'm just like, oh, you like, and like, but with me it's a little bit different. Like I really don't bother, but it's when people talk about other people that like I actually care for, that I'm just like, that's what
Yeah.
really bothers me. So I don't even know how I would respond, even if there's a bunch of really nice comments. Unfortunately, it just takes a couple for me to get into that kind of, yeah, I think I need to grow a little bit more um mentally, kind of thing like that, before taking that step and bringing them on. But
Yeah.
um I probably will post at least a picture of him when we get married. um so yeah, so people
You
actually
get one
know.
picture.
Well, no, just so that people know that I'm not making them up. I'm like living in like a shed. Yeah,
That's so
just me and
funny.
Wilson. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kathy S. And I do still love your hat, by the way. She had asked us a while back if we liked her hat. Um, da, 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 da. What is this? Sorry for repeating, Mandy. Can your house get haunted from watching a video on your computer? Okay, so can a spirit like come through the computer screen and actually like be in your house now?
Yeah.
I believe so
People are
too.
not going to like my answer, but I do not
It's
sugarcoat shit. So unfortunately, this is what you're getting. In my what I've seen personally, I believe that anything can be made essentially a channel or a portal. Anything
mhm,
is it, So, and I do believe that when you're watching things like watching us, things like that, you're essentially opening yourself up to that energy. And I do think it's possible for spirits to connect with that and enter into your home. Am I saying you're going to get an attachment and stay and they're going to latch on? No, that's not how that works. But I do believe it is possible for energy transference to happen in that way. I know some people I'm just gonna always be honest with you guys. Some people are like, no, that can never happen. Love and light. It can happen. Unfortunately, it can. Is this something you need to be fearful of? No, not at all. But can you pick up on the energy from an investigation? Yes. Can you feel the energy from spirits from an investigation, watching stuff? Totally. Anything that you put intention to, whether it's subconscious or conscious, like, can open you up to that energy for sure. That's my take
I know,
on
I
it.
totally
Sorry.
agree. No, I totally agree. And even like, you know what's crazy is even when I'm like editing an episode sometimes, like of our investigation, and it's like I don't have any activity for days, and then it's like right as I'm editing, and then like it gets to a certain point, like weird things start happening, and it's like I totally think things are glitching or like things are erasing on my I've had that a few times, like things will just like erase on my computer, like when I do thumbnail. Remember that
Yep.
time I was doing thumbnails of us, and that was for the Witch's Tower, and
Yeah.
it was the one with all like the weird like satanic, it was like kind of like a darker thumbnail, and then like all of a sudden they just started like the images started to just like pop 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 like on all left, but it was mainly on you would always like go first. And I started like filming it because I was like, what? And then I would like scroll up and it was like the next thumbnail, like you would disappear on it. And I'm like, this is so weird. Like, and then I'm texting you, like, is everything okay? You're not going to disappear, are you?
You're like, help.
All right. We'll do one. I'll choose a question. You can choose a question. And then we're going to head out, guys.
Okay.
I just need to like actually scroll.
Are you picking one?
So far behind. Yeah. I'm so far behind. I'm trying to find a really like one that's like hasn't been asked before, you know? We appreciate all your guys' questions. Sometimes like if sometimes if we don't answer, it's maybe because we just answered it on the last live stream. Is this your one?
No, I just wanted to say happy birthday to Michelle.
I love that.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
Happy birthday.
Thank you for being here. Happy birthday. That's gonna be my cameo, just me doing Marilyn Monroe. Happy birthday.
It just sounds like you're in a room with very low oxygen. Happy birthday. Also, Michelle. Did you know my name is Michelle? My name's Jade, but my middle name is Michelle.
That doesn't count.
What's your
name? My mom's name is Michelle.
Your mom's name is Michelle. That's right. We love her.
With one L, though.
Wow.
Happy birthday. You guys, if it's your birthday, I'll sing to you.
This is where we need to wrap it up.
Happy birthday to you.
Are you finding one?
Oh, no. I'm so sorry.
You're done.
Here.
You're just like...
Oh, shit.
Wow.
It's time
ADHD
to
kicking in hard.
Woo! Okay.
All right, I'm going to scroll down because I feel like I'm like way far.
Jade, there's a question specifically for you.
Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. Ooh, this is actually really way more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I would say maybe I don't know, dude. It's between two. It's between South Dakota and Wyoming.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really difficult to pick.
We should go to South Dakota and do Deadwood. What?
Oh, dude, I've done Deadwood before. So good.
Okay, whatever.
Not on the YouTube or anything like that. No. I've done the Fairmont Hotel when I knew the owner of the Fairmont Hotel, but he doesn't own it anymore. So that sucks. But yes, but I really want to go to Deadwood. I really want to do all that. I'm just nervous in case if we go to Deadwood, everyone else is going to go to Deadwood. So, because you know how all these paranormal investigators, they all go to the same places. I'm even starting to get a bit frustrated with it. So we're like, we need to go somewhere that like nobody's doing. And
yeah. I agree.
So if someone's going through
Um,
some hard times and in a bad mood, is it not a good idea to watch paranormal stuff? Like, if like you're in a bad mood or going through a hard time, is that how you're reading the question as well, Mandy?
yeah, like because you're opening yourself up to, potentially opening yourself up to energies.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that everybody is different, obviously. So I think that if you personally don't feel affected by that, like if watching paranormal stuff doesn't affect you in that sort of way, or you've never had that experience, then don't worry about it. Now, if you
Yeah.
have had that experience, see, for me, paranormal stuff, um, it, I've never, okay, like one time I've had like a really interesting, like negative encounter with that, but that's me though. I'm super open. I'm a medium. I'm very connected. My house is a portal. It is what it is. But for like the standard person though, I think that it's totally fine to watch paranormal stuff despite your mental state. I do think though, if you're having a hard time or you're in a bad mood and, you know, if paranormal thing, if that watching that stuff is like what helps you, then continue it. If not, then I do recommend like getting outside, getting some fresh air, that sort of thing. Um, well,
No, I can just hear like actually like through my microphone like a shh, but I think it's a toilet running.
oh,
Yeah, I was sorry.
who's
I
in
was
your
just like
house?
I didn't know if that was like a weird feedback thing or Mike just taking a shit. It's the second one.
It's a-
More than likely.
but yeah, so I think that I I wouldn't be fearful of it. I wouldn't be worried about it. Um, you know, just always be mindful of your energy and where it's going, and make sure you do what feels right for you.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Usually if I'm going through hard times or if I'm in a bad mood, like just generally like I'm just not wanting to watch paranormal stuff, you know? I would rather
Yeah.
stick on like a comedy or something like really like mindless reality show kind of thing like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just kind of like if
Mindless
you're
stuff, funny stuff.
yeah, we can be funny sometimes too.
Yeah, but see, that's
Okay.
the thing though too. Like sometimes paranormal is funny, especially if you're watching like Project Fear and things like that. Like
Yeah.
that stuff always puts me in a good mood. But that's
Yeah.
not the case for everybody. I'm a big get outside, get out in the sun kind of gal. So that's my go-to if you're struggling with that. But I wouldn't be fearful of that at all.
Butterflies, paranormal RV travels. I think this may be a question but I'm guessing. Please, Hotel Monte Vista, yes or no?
I It's in Flagstaff. I love Arizona locations. I would do it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, I really want to do anything in Arizona, and I really want to go to Flagstaff. And talking about mindless TV, that's where Sister Wives are from. So I'm hoping to bump into some of the Sister Wives when I'm over there. There's like 4 of them, and my chances are pretty high. All right, guys, I'm going to bed. This toilet running, by the way, like it's definitely a toilet running. It's not stopped, so I genuinely think I need to check on that.
Oh my
I can still like I don't know if you can hear it through the microphone, but it's like
Uh-uh.
it's constant. It's constant. So
No,
it's like the
no.
lamest excuse ever.
Yeah.
Trying
She's
to
like,
leave my own live
toilet's running. I have
stream.
to go fix it. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.
Anyway, we just thank you so much for everybody's questions. If we didn't get round to them, I do apologize. But again, not next Tuesday, sorry, is going to be a new investigation, and then the Tuesday after that is going to be another live stream. And yeah, I think we're kind of getting like more like a little bit better with these live streams. I feel like we're starting to get the hang of it a little bit. Hold on. Oh, it doesn't matter. I thought maybe like that toilet running noise was actually like the music that I had playing in the background, but no, it wasn't. Anyway, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you again for everybody who donated, everybody who watches our episodes. Please come back because you're not going to want to miss this next Tuesday's episode. I can't talk. I need to go to bed.
You do not want to miss this next episode because there are some crazy things that fucking happen and it's really cool and you're gonna want to see it.
My toilet just stopped running. Sorry, on that note, guys. Wow, we've hit that moment. Yes.
It's getting weird.
Every single live stream we have, it always hits a nope, it's freaking running again. I really need to go and check that out, guys. I'm so sorry, but we're at the end anyways. So have a good rest of your night. We love you.
Bye, everyone. We love you. Peace. Good game.
Oh. Stop.